Welcome to Ecomm Cowboy. This is Consumers Daily Show, where we believe ads are not bad, ignorance is expensive, and the American dream is alive and well on the wild web today. It is Tuesday, June 16th, 2026, in the year of our Lord. We're coming to you live and in living color from an undisclosed yet summery and beautiful location in the hills of Austin, Texas, the unofficial home of internet entrepreneurship. We're brought to you by Northbeam Intelligence, Segundo, Postscript, Rocked, After Sale, Axon by AppLovin, Proxima, Universal Ads, and Rich Panel. And we got a jam-packed show for you today. Landon Donovan, perhaps America's most famous soccer superstar ever, offering a lesson in customer experience for United Airlines specifically, maybe a lesson that we all should take away from this in the business world. Anthropic, turns out, needed a sales Chad to win over the White House. And hey, maybe it's not too late. We have some sage advice coming to us from the timeline. And we do have a new report, America's most trusted brands in 2026. There's going to be at least one of these that I think is very surprising to you, that I am very excited about. Lineup for today: Rafael Vivas, VP of Global Biz Dev and e-commerce at AppLovin. A couple of big announcements coming our way today. Mason Littlejohn, founder of We Are the Select Meta Ads at Scale. Damon Didier, founder and CEO at Win eCommerce. Some crucial email sauce for us there. And Mike Lukas, founder and growth marketer at Online Impact. Some lore coming to our way from ESPN and Homestead and what he is doing on the interwebs now. As always, I am joined by my partner in crime, Colin Doherty. Colin, get in here. Get inside this show.
Chris, guess what?
What is it?
Odds of recession dropped to all-time low this year of 11%. Really? Let's go. Let's rip.
Incredible.
Let's rip.
I know there are many people I know who believe that we've been in a recession for several years now, but I'm happy to hear that our odds of actually being in one are at an all-time low for 2026. That's good for everybody who is selling widgets upon the interwebs. Top story of the day, perhaps a little customer experience lesson to take away for all of us. Landon Donovan and United Airlines are at war. Here, a little sauce on the timeline this morning. This tweet comes to us from Landon Donovan himself. And he is quote tweeting, commenting upon an experience that he had on a recent flight, I believe, from a game that he was commentating on at the World Cup. Ian Dark, who is writing about said flight, said every passenger on United 404 from Houston to Newark will think twice about using that airline again. You never want to be that fill in the blank. You don't want to be that airline. Again, delayed, diverted, reboarded. Then pilot says shift timed out as about to take off from Dulles. Still there 5 hours later. No hotel offer. Landon Donovan has this to say: I've been traveling 100,000 miles per year since I was 16. This was easily the worst travel experience of my life. No transparency, no clarity, and no respect for the passengers who were treated horribly all evening and morning. Absolutely shameful from United. I think what is a little crazier is that after he tweeted this, okay, Landon Donovan got the standard follow-up DM here, okay? He got the standard automated, botted, DM. Hi, Landon. Hi, Mr. I'm on TV all the time, soccer superstar. We're sorry to hear this, and we want to take a look. When you can, please send us a DM. You reach out to me. You do, I'm happy to take a look at it. Would you reach out to me and DM me and give me your confirmation number so that I know that you're not lying, Mr. Soccer Superstar on TV all of the time? Okay, I think not what you want to see. Okay, but you could have a different perspective. Your thoughts on this at first look, Colin Doherty? This reply alone got about 12 million views.
Crazy. This reply got about 12 million views. That first tweet got about 4, I believe. I am shocked that we hear this time and time again. It seems like once or twice a month, there's a new airline that is delivering a horrible experience. And it is this kind of monopolistic type of economy within the airline business. There's no other opportunities for you to take another airline. You are kind of shackled and handcuffed to whatever is best because we don't really have that many airlines. Maybe if you really want to get generous and you really plan far in advance, you could have maybe 4 options for a flight that you're trying to take. But that's tough. When I'm saying your total options for a flight are between 4 different brands at the most. Sometimes it's between 2 at the very most. They know this. They know they have the absolute stranglehold on the U.S. Consumer. They know that they don't have to do anything in recourse. They know that actually no one will, push back or try to have some type of repercussions as a result of this. It's a shame. I want more airlines so that the price of flights will then push down. The quality of flights will push up as a result of more competition. It's just an extremely expensive business and an extremely high operating expense business to get into. So it's very hard to break into, and we need way more of them.
Well, I think the biggest faux pas here on United's side, delays happen, but I think their biggest faux pas is not having some sort of tool like Outer Signal in place so that they can be aware when somebody who has 1 million followers just on one platform is on your flight and they get delayed and denied and rerouted and etc. 5 times, hey, we're taking off, literally on the runway, actually taking off now. And then, whoops, Mr. Pilot, hey, we're 1 minute over. Sorry, regulations say we got to get off of here. Don't know what's going to happen to you. They need to have something in place so that they know, hey, if this gets, kerfuffled around too much, there's a guy that's got 1 million follower platform, megaphone, that he can just access on his mobile phone at any time. Like, maybe we should pay a little more attention and offer some hotels, book a train, hire a taxi, like get these people some food. Like, I feel like for a company this large, somebody should have some kind of concierge awareness of when there's giant celebrities on your flight that you don't necessarily want to mess around with 5 or 6 times and ultimately not get them to their destination. Shouldn't something like this exist? I feel like this is a no-brainer, Colin Doherty.
Yeah, I mean, I completely agree. The CEO of United Airlines, his bonus package for last year, you want to give me a guess?
10. You get 10 mil?
You wish. In your wildest dreams. Keep going.
Oh, more.
Yep.
30.
32 million buckaroos. 32 million buckaroos.
My.
This guy does not care about you. These airlines do not care about you at all. There's one airline that is absolutely phenomenal. And I'm talking world class. The only issue is it's not really, United States local airlines. Do you know what that airline is?
No, I don't.
Emirates. It's always world class. Every single flight, whether you're just in economy or business or whatever, first class, every single experience for Emirates is world class through and through. The only issue is it's mostly like fully, it's a worldwide type of flight. You can't take it interstate. You can't take Emirates from Florida to Texas or Florida to New York City. It's an international flight, but the quality is so unbelievable there. You could also make the argument that Delta is up there as a top tier domestic option, but United Airlines and most of these airlines absolutely do not care about you, unfortunately.
Producer Jack 100% agrees with you, Colin.
Yeah.
Which
It's a world-class organization.
I've never flown it. I do think that we need to show this third tweet here from Sir Landon Donovan. We don't knight people in America, but if we did, he would be one, methinks. We were on the runway about to take off, and the pilot was literally 1 minute past his time. Oh, that's frustrating. That's frustrating. And decided to take us back to the gate at 3 a.m. 3 a.m. in the morning. I mean,
I'm furious at that point.
Upset people.
I'm furious.
I think huge faux pas for them to not have like some piece of software, some kind of awareness. Like, hey, this guy flies 100,000 miles per year, and he's also on TV all the time, and he's also got 1 million followers on X, which is where people go to complain about airlines. So like they should have some stopgaps in place. So that they can say like, hey, like usually, all the normies, we would just cast to the side and you get what you get and you don't get upset. But, we'll take care of everybody who's on this flight because Mr. Donovan is here. Mr. Donovan, we're so thankful that you're here. Appreciate your business. Thanks for flying with United. Little lesson in CX, folks. You need to know who's on your flight. You need to know. And it's happened time and again. Sometimes you have the biggest influencers in the world that are buying from you, subscribing to you, like you, and they're getting the regular automated, hey, thanks, appreciate it. Just a little tech savviness. You can know when these kind of people are enjoying your product. And give them a little extra mashugana, little sprinkle of love on there can go a long way. Wouldn't it have been nice if they just showed up and this morning they'd have got 15 million views bragging on them, talking about how great they are, how they went the second mile. Instead, what they got was 15 million views of negative press, and nobody wants that at the end of the day.
Yeah. But you have to realize the airlines are bulletproof at this point.
Are they though?
They don't even care because it's a necessity piece. So like they don't even care that it's a bad press option because at the end of the day,
I've got this.
I know the end of the day, if you're picking two flights and the United option, even after all of this, is the better, more convenient option for you,
I already know the answer to this. I already know the answer.
You're gonna pick the United option.
SpaceX, baby. SpaceX. Yeah. If Elon can send a rocket to Mars,
oh my gosh,
reusable rockets, he can do it from LA to New York. He can do it from Houston to Newark. Okay. I think the answer is SpaceX. And we just get rid of the airplanes altogether. Let's just go rocket from now on.
Let's do it. I'm down. SpaceX airline. I'm ready to rock
SpaceX Airlines with Starlink.
Let's go. With Starlink. Come on. It's all black. It's sick.
And you don't need the free Wi-Fi that long because you're only in the air for like 30 minutes,
exactly
going LA to New York, but still tight nevertheless.
Yeah.
And I think this is that and the Boring Company. I think, let's make all the bores, all the pipes and all of the tunnels and everything that we need. And we'll go SpaceX, and maybe Elon ends up the first $2 trillion man.
He's about to be the first $2 trillion man, actually, in a couple days.
Yeah, that stock keeps getting more pop. We have the one and only Rafael Vivas coming to us. Is Raf here yet, Producer Jack? Is he with us? Not yet. Okay. We press on, and we go forward to more stories of the day. Before we get there, ladies and gentlemen, let us talk about the one and only Axon by AppLovin. If you're running a D2C brand and you are not on Axon yet, you're leaving money on the table. That's no good. Don't do that. Axon gets you in front of more than 1 billion new customers inside the games that everyone loves to play, like Solitaire, Mahjong, Candy Crush, etc. All there. And more people play mobile games than you think. Okay, these are household, financially comfortable decision makers it's a format. Okay, people are watching your ads on average for 35 seconds instead of 3.5 seconds or 0.35 seconds. Okay, and it converts. I know from experience, Meta was tripping in Q4. I moved ad spend over to Axon, and guess what? We resurrected the quarter back up into the right, new customer cost of acquisition, etc. 80% of purchases happen within the first hour of the click. You can get going in less than an hour and scale up to 100K per day in spend inside of a week. Your favorite brands are there: Wayfair, Dr. Squatch, etc. Get in now before your competitors do. Go to axon.ai/en/ecom cowboy. Tell them Colin I sent you. Many thanks for Axon being part of this show. Next, we know now that the Anthropic White House kerfuffle, this is important to us inside of e-commerce, inside of consumer, because all the marketers are Claude pilled. I mean, we saw it. Commerce Roundtable. In college, when I saw all the laptops, everybody was surfing Facebook. Now you go to an Ecomm consumer-focused conference, everybody's laptop's open and they're working on Claude. That's just what it is. It's the new reality.
There's a 66% chance by June 22nd, Fable's coming back to consumers.
I think it must. I think it must come back. We want the guardrailed version of Terminator 2 that they have mythologized at this point. We want pre-Thanos. We want future Thanos. But we've seen what the problem is. We've seen what the problem is on the timeline. Okay. We're getting a little word here that the real issue was not like technicalities, it was personalities. Okay. And I want to read this because I think this is crucial in the sales process. And Sales Chad gets paid a lot for a reason. Oh, it looks like Rafael is here. Rafael is here now. Should we just cut this? We should just cut this story now. And we need to bring Rafael in here. VP Biz Dev Global Ecomm focused at AppLovin, the one and only Rafael Vivas. We must bring him inside of this show right now. Get in here, Rafa.
What an amazing ad read, boys. You guys might as well be the head of BD for AppLovin, going out here selling your pants off. I do not run BD anymore, though. Running growth marketing. Running growth marketing these days.
Gosh, it speaks even better of you, is what it does.
Upgrade.
Hey, thank
Upgrades,
you.
people.
Always happy to take phone calls, though. Help customers wherever they're needed. Let's dig into it.
I will say this, Raf. We, the first thing we open this show with every day is that ads are not bad. Advertising is awesome. And core belief of this show, that's why we try to win an Oscar every time we do one of these ad reads, my friend.
Absolutely.
And happy to do it for AppLovin as we help the entire ecosystem get up and to the right, my friend. I have heard of some interesting things happening over there, Ralph. I've heard there may be a couple of announcements, coming forth. I don't know if you want to dig into that now or if we want to talk something else here first, but I would give the floor to you if there's, anything you want to tickle the twine down the 3-point line, for what we're all excited to hear.
Thank you so much for allowing me to tickle the twine. We are opening up the ad platform to everyone starting next week. So for a little background, we in 2024 announced $1 billion run rate of spend from eComm advertisers. In 25, in October, we really got the platform ready for everybody. So we did self-serve, but before opening it up to the masses, we started with those loyal customers who were with us before the product was ready to go. Over the past almost year now, we've been really focused on improving the product, and we feel like we're in a comfortable place to go and roll it out to everyone in the market. It's been an incredible beta. We've generated hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars of value across thousands and thousands of customers. Now we're excited to bring that to the millions.
Wow.
And so that's what I'm excited to announce today.
So platforms going wide open. If I'm looking for roofing leads, I can go on and I can advertise for roofing leads. Is that what you're saying, Rafael?
Yeah, so we're primarily focused on e-com advertisers right
Yeah.
now. We do have a model coming out later this year, which is lead generation. So
Ooh.
yes, if you wanted roofing leads, car insurance,
Whoa.
other verticals, you could come on and use it for that. And what I would say is like this would be the best time. So, looking at the big landscape here, there's over 11 million advertisers live on Facebook right now. We have less than a few thousand.
Oh,
Yet we reach over 1 billion people every single day.
crazy.
So you're talking the same scale as these other platforms with less than 0.1% of the advertisers. This is a once in a lifetime arbitrage. And to kind of bring this back to the lead generation, which will be coming out later this year, you could be one of the first dozen live. And just like those who got started on eComm early, I mean, Sean Frank has come on the show. Plenty of other brands have come on the show and talk about their success with AppLovin. Those who are early, who are invest, they're able to get exponential gains for their business. And the last time a platform of our scale went public for everyone to use was TikTok in 2019.
Yeah.
So, these opportunities don't come every single day.
Wow. That's an Arby's
Unbelievable.
moment, baby. That's arbitrage all day long.
Wow. Could you talk a little bit about this with the watch time that is on the platform? Chris is extremely fascinated by this. I am as well. The total watch time on platform is absolutely bananas.
Yeah, sure. So let me give everyone some context. If you haven't heard of AppLovin, what do? We serve ads within mobile games. And one thing that we're really well known for is that we have a long watch time in our ads. So when you're on social products, typically you're scrolling through content, average watch time is 1 to 2 seconds.
Horrible.
Our medium watch time is 35 seconds. So why is it so long, right? We have the TV type of watch time and we have the same attribution as social. It's because people are within these mobile games and typically they watch an ad to get an extra life or to get something within the game. So they opt in, which is crazy because we're the only platform at scale where people actually opt in to see an ad. I don't know anyone else who does that today in the market. But they opt in to watch this ad, and this ad consists of 3 components. You have a video, you have an interactive, and then you have your catalog. All of those things combined can go up for a minute, but because of the rewarded element, and we also show ads like after a level and so on, but what we see is that people are really engaged in these advertisements, right? What I tell everyone is like, the people who is a mobile gamer is everyone out there, right, at this type of scale. And we're all interested in buying something, right? If you're on a mobile phone, by default, you're buying something, you're a purchaser. So it's just about serving the right product to the right user at the right time. We have the right time, right? Because these users are already at a place where they're engaged, they're sitting back, waiting for their game to resume. And then Axon, our algorithm that powers the AppLovin ads platform, is really good at showing the right product, right? And that's why we've been able to build such an amazing business. And it's been so effective for advertisers.
Now, Rafael, I think that this is like, it's incredible that these numbers of factors are all at play here. Number one, reaching 1 billion people. So at that number one, that's giant. That's huge. It's dramatic scale. Number two, how many people are already there showing ads? It's like not enough. And then you add on top of this, people are watching these things for like 30 seconds. It's like
crazy.
10 times. It's like 10 times longer than I could hope people are watching my ads on average when I'm pouring all my money into Meta. This just seems like crazy town. I don't know of another time in the digital landscape when all of this is like kind of come together at once. This seems to me like no brainer of the year in 2026.
100%, I agree. And the great thing is that the market agrees with it as well. That's why we've been able to grow so much. And it's still early, right? We've been at this for years, but when you know how many more people are out there, how many businesses need growth, especially with the adoption of AI, everyone's starting a side project. Distribution is the most important thing out there. The analogy that I give everyone is think of this as a baseball game. we're not even in the first inning yet. The national anthem has just got played, and the players are on the field ready to start hitting some sluggers.
Yeah, let's go.
That's juicy. That's juicy, man.
Could you talk to us a little bit more about the fact that you were one of AppLovin's earliest hires? I mean, so what did you see in the company that made you kind of bet your career on it, that made you say, hey, this is going to be the path forward?
Yeah, so ad tech is typically this vertical, and everyone has the ad, sales, and they can show an image or a video, and that's the really easy part. But it was the tech part is what AppLovin really relishes on. I ran an advertising business before AppLovin, and the second that I met Adam, and at the time John, which was the CTO, and the rest of the team, one, I could tell these people were exponentially more intelligent than me. But
good room to
even
be
in their early, very, very lucky to be in that room. But even very early, as like the product was being built and they were testing, these guys, they had other apps before, and they put the AppLovin ad technology in. And even with, let's say we're at 0.1% of the advertisers now in the ecosystem. It was way smaller then, right? There was like a handful, but they were able to monetize as good as the giants. Yeah. And so for me, it was a no-brainer to come and join the team. And if you ever have the chance to meet Adam, he just commands a room, and he can solve a math equation faster than anyone I know in my head. So it was a no-brainer of, these guys got the tech. You've got a very charismatic and hard-driving guy. And, who doesn't love, being on the starting team?
Yeah, exactly.
I love being the part of something great. And, I was 18 years old at the time. So I'm lucky and blessed they took a chance on me.
Wild. That's wild, man. Tell me this. You don't have any more. I've got more questions for you, but you don't have any more like announcements up your sleeve, do you? I'm just, I got one more. I got two more. Whoa!
But one, got a lot here. Listen, I only save the best for the Cowboys.
Appreciate that.
So the two things is, for a while you've known us as like, and you just announced it, Axon. Yeah. We're ditching the Axon. Axon's out of the room. Whoa. Right? Why are we throwing Axon to the side? Listen, when something is great, you don't change it. You double down on it. It's like grandma's, famous apple pie. So for us, what we saw was that everyone knew us as AppLovin. It just rolls off the tongue. It's natural, right? And then when it came to introducing us to new clients, they'd be like, hey, I want to introduce you to Raf at AppLovin, or I want to introduce you to AppLovin. And we're like, listen, we're just fighting the wave. Sure. So we decided to just double down on AppLovin. It's one company. It's a great brand that we've built over the past 14 years, and we're excited to keep championing it. And so our ads product will be AppLovin Ads. Our algorithm is still Axon, but we will be going by AppLovin. So no more tongue twisters, just AppLovin.
Let's go. I think it's smart. It's kind of like it's like when Mark introduced Meta, everybody knew him as Facebook, and then everybody's like confusing the two. I mean, I think this is wise. I hear people all the time, even though I've got the distinction in my head, I hear people just say AppLovin all the time. I think this is smart.
Yeah, it's the way to go. And listen, I think with Meta, they're able to own the ticker Meta too. Yeah. There's another company called Axon, so that works against us. But I still call it Facebook.
There you go. Exactly.
Stick with the original name. Exactly. But the last announcement I have to make, and this is like really exciting, I think, for all the listeners. If you're out there and you have a small business and you're one, get on Axon, because we can be a great growth channel for your business. But as you get on, you say, hey, I just don't have enough creatives. And like, that's a big thing about our platform. Like, you need to have creative density. Why is that? Because what we see is that in a journey, we show multiple ads to the same user from the same advertiser. And so you need something that educates them, something that tells them about an offer that also helps them convert on it. There also may be different marketing angles. So we have been really focusing on generative ads. We first started with our interactive unit, which has been, so unique to our business. We're the only advertising platform today that does interactives in this 3-style ad component. And so now we're going to be releasing that to video by the end of this year. And so the idea is that if you're a small business out there and you don't have a lot of creative, or maybe you're a big business, you go onto the platform, you sign up, you set up your tracking, and then boom, one click campaign.
Oh,
Right, right. No more messing around with ad targeting. No more uploading a bunch of ads. Boom, ad goes. Campaign goes live. You're able to get going. So that's something we're really excited about, and I think all the merchants out there will be that are listening right now. For us, we are performance media buyers, and we know how annoying it is to go and try to get ads for a specific ad platform, even though you can reuse your ads on our platform. Or, I know how it is to be in kind of in a creative drought. We're going to make it easy for everyone to get started. And we're really excited about
bullish on this. And really, honestly, the nature of like how the ads manager UI and such is set up, simply because, number one, I've spent so much time on Meta. It makes me sad to look at the ads manager over there. It's just like, it makes you want to cover your eyes. I don't know why it does, but a totally different experience, personally for me inside of Axon, AppLovin. And the creative piece, it's like the solution that we all need, but combine that with tighter teams that need to utilize, AI and do more in the same amount of time, more than ever. I think this is smart for reaching the potential of advertisers that are out there that should be spending their ad dollars with AppLovin right now. I mean, that makes all the sense in the world to house that inside of the platform and enable that. That hasn't been rolled out in beta form to anybody yet, has it, Rafael?
The videos have to a special group of people, and if you reach out, maybe we can get you on the list.
All right.
I mean, of course, the Cowboys. All right. The Cowboys get access, but listen, our team is really working on making it the best product out in the market. Yeah. So is it good enough compared to what's out there? Yes. Yeah. But that's not good enough for our team standards. So we're excited to release an amazing video product that we're proud of and that advertisers will be using. And the cool thing, since you brought up AI, I didn't even mention this, you're helping me with my announcements, is that we have an MCP. And if you're not a nerd, what this effectively means is something that you can use in Claude to actually just set up your campaigns and ads without even having to go into our dashboard, right? And let's say you had 100 ads in a folder, you could say, hey, Axon MCP, upload all these ads and build the best campaign. And boom, it's done. Go grab a coffee, go drink a beer, a little margarita on the beach, right? Enjoy your life, right? And so that's actually part of our ethos and philosophy as a business is that, and you talk about our simplicity of our ad platform and our targeting is we just try to make it as easy as possible on the front end to get started because the results will speak for themselves, right? The more people that we can get live on the platform and that they can see the power of our algorithm of driving profitable sales, the more that people are going to invest. And so that's why we don't have a bunch of useless toggles in our dashboard. No shade at any of the other ones, but I think that less is more.
Well, I will say this. A number of months ago, I would last year at some point, I would hear, I was really pushing one of my friends, hey, Meta's tripping. We gotta move some ad spend over, big boy. Q4 is important for us. We got to get over here. And the talk at the time was, oh, well, that's just like Meta retargeting, whatever, blah, 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 blah. There were voices like this. I said, I don't think so. We got to get our money over here. We got to test this thing out. And this was before the prospecting campaigns. This was before, all these things. And brother, I mean, you want to talk about new customer acquisition that was better priced, better CAC than what we were getting on Meta, that ended up with a healthier LTV. All of those things, brother, we moved it over and I was sold. From that time. And then this fires me up. This fires me up that you guys are listening and man, you're actively developing. It's honestly, no shade to anybody, but it's honestly what I wish some of our other platforms that are hogging a bunch of our ad spend would do. I wish they would listen to us a little more and be active on shipping like this in 2026. This fires me up, Rafael.
I think what allows us to move so quickly is our small teams. We read every bit of feedback we get and we take it personally. And our clients are our friends, right? In a lot of cases. And so we want to make sure that we deliver the best product out there that we'd want to use. We used to be performance marketers, and the team that built AppLovin, we're still here. The day one people are still here, right? And so I think that's one of the biggest benefits is that the people that started the business were performance marketers, and they want to deliver the best product because this has been our life for the past 14 years. And so now breaking into a new market, we've got to set a great expectation.
Incredible, man.
Could you talk to us a little bit about maybe some of the brands that have worked with you, some notable brands, and just some metrics, maybe just put some teeth into some results that they've gotten?
Yeah, so here's what I'll say. Some of the brands like you've heard of would be like a Hexclad, a Wayfair. You got Groons behind you. That's another good one. We've got thousands and thousands and thousands of more brands that I could riff off. I'm wearing actually one of our clothing brands right now. So, there's a lot of partners on the platform. Now, what is kind of the stats that I can talk about? One, what I can publicly say is like, we have over $1 billion spent on the platform, just in Ecomm. And what I've seen is the fastest growing ad.
Oh, I lost him.
I feel like he's coming back.
Is he coming back?
I feel like it.
Oh, what a way to go out if that was it.
$1 billion in ad spend?
$1 billion in ad spend. That's pretty goated.
Drops it on the way out. $1 billion in ad spend.
It looks like we have lost the one and only Rafael Vivas, VP over at AppLovin. Jack, you can bring us back here, but excited to hear those announcements on the platform, opening it up to everyone. Going video gen inside of the platform, unifying that name that I think most people know them and love them and refer to them as already, AppLovin. All very exciting. Exciting.
Incredible announcements on the show first. Ecomm Cowboy exclusive. Rocking and rolling. We'll clip this up. We'll push this out. You heard it here first, folks. Absolutely incredible.
And I will say, I'm digging in my own bag now. I'm digging in my bag. I wanted to look like a big brain goated marketer for a friend of mine that I was helping, consulting with. We were doing everything inside of Meta. And you know what ended up helping is getting spent over somewhere else. Over at AppLovin. That's what you got to diversify.
You got to diversify.
You got to diversify. Producer Jack says he's back. Let's bring him back. Let's let Rafael finish his thought. Rafael, are you back? Look, he's back.
Let's go. He's back.
I'm diversifying my internet connection right now as we speak. Wholesale internet.
Let's go.
The Huntley. I don't like you right now, but luckily we got good old Verizon here, baby, because Verizon is big as well.
Let's go.
So sorry about that. Where did you guys lose me?
I don't know.
$1 billion in ad spend.
$1 billion in ad spend. Okay. Yeah, that's
okay, cool. So where we were is that over $1 billion in ad spend has happened from e-com advertisers. Thousands of brands are spending on it profitably. And then we're the fastest growing ad platform in a lot of the third-party solutions out there, right? And you don't have to take it from me, right? If you go look on the North Beam reports or on the Triple Whale reports, you'll see that we're one of the fastest growing ad platforms out there, right? So adoption, I would say, equals profitable and strong results for your customers. Yeah. And so that's, I would say at a high level. Regarding some highlights of specific brands, here's some really cool stories that I always love to tell. One, the company called Playful out of Israel. They started as two guys. They were an Amazon business before, failed and had to shutter. When we met them, they were on pace to do a few $1 million in revenue. I want to say $4 million in revenue. And by the end of that year, they actually did 16, right? Now, these guys are on pace for $100 million in revenue this year, right? So they've been working with us for less than 2 years, right? I mean, these guys have built, and it was such an amazing business on the backs of AppLovin. And another great story that I love to tell too, this is, there's a company called Maylee's Beauty, which is also supposed to have some growth problems. These guys went $0 a day of spend to $200,000 a day in 7 days profitably, right? So it kind of speaks to the scale and strength of our platform. And then got to say the best for last. This is my favorite one. Story out of Turkey. This team, just a handful of people, built a company ground up to sell for $1 billion in just a year, and almost all of their spend is on our ad platform. Now, that is on the data side of the business.
Whoa.
Yeah. Insane.
Golly.
So it goes to really speak about the reach that we have and how valuable it is in terms of an audience that we can target. And the great thing is that most people in the world just still aren't taking advantage of it. So those who have invested early have really just seen outsized returns for their business.
Wow.
That's incredible, man. That's incredible.
Unbelievable.
Rafael, we appreciate you making the time to join us and dropping the heat, dropping the sauce, and the announcements that you made here on the show, brother. I think we need to have you back, and we need to talk more soon. And we appreciate you being friend of the show, partner of the show, and a helper of making this thing happening, man. I'm glad to be a partner. Thank you so much for having me. And next time, I will be on the Ethernet and not using hotel. All right. So thank you guys so much. All right. Thank you, man. We'll see you. See you guys. Bye. Energy. Rolling forward here, we have the one and only Mason Littlejohn, founder of We Are the Select Meta Ads at Scale. Before he comes in here, let us talk about universal ads. Ladies and gentlemen, if your growth is plateauing on search and social, it is time to rethink TV. Yes, it is. Universal ads makes it simple for DTC brands to run TV campaigns designed for performance without the usual mystery involved with getting on television. UA gets you access to both premium streaming and linear inventory all in the same place. You're reaching net new target audiences, not in the same crowded social feeds. We're all spending our money today. There's no hidden markups or fees, so your dollars work harder for you. And campaign setup management is simple. Feels just like search and social be up and running in minutes. It's TV designed for performance marketers. Go to universalads.com. Use the code UA Cowboy. You get $1,500 and matched ad credits. TV is back. Many thanks for Universal Ads being part of this show. Now, we must bring the one and only Mason Littlejohn. I feel like this guy should be like a model of some sort. Yeah. I mean, I know he's all helping us run our ads, but I feel like he should be in some ads. Is that fair? I mean, he's a good-looking guy. Good-looking guy. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a little model experience there in the background. He is a scaler of brands and also not just an operator himself, but a teacher. I'm particularly interested to learn in what he has been doing in helping specifically founders get on, feel comfortable inside of the ads manager and do what he does, which at the end of the day, we all need. Everybody welcome inside of the show, Mason Littlejohn, founder of We Are the Select. Get in here, Mason. Let's go. Get in here.
Yeah, guys, thanks for having me.
Let's go. Mason, welcome to the show, brother. We appreciate you making the time to join us.
Of course. Happy to be here. And yeah, you guys look like you're running a solid operation, and I love what I'm seeing.
Yeah, we try to be duded up and looking our best for goated operators like you, Mason. Now, I have a little bit of Mason Littlejohn lore that I have just caught in hither and thither on the timeline, but I'd love for you to give us more of that so that we can know how you got to this point with We Are the Select, etc.
Yeah, so I kind of fell into paid media or Facebook ads out of college. I actually studied finance, and I thought I wanted to go that route, like wealth management or stuff like that, but didn't really get the grades. Didn't really take college seriously. But I've always loved ads and numbers, and I fell into a Facebook ad agency job after college, and then I really wanted to work for a brand that had potential to IPO. And so I left the agency and ended up at Ruggable. I was employee number 5 there.
Wow.
and they'd only done $1 million in total revenue at that point. So
Stop.
Yeah, so we scaled to, multi-billions of dollars. We had a partial exit, and then while I was still there, I started building my agency, my coaching program. Once I realized like the IPO was like not happening, so I was like, all right, I need to get out of here. So yeah, that's what I do now. I really have a passion for helping brand owners scale. I also obviously the agency side. I'm also a partner in a rug brand as well called Rug to Mize, and we're hopefully going to be going parabolic as well, like Ruggable soon. So
That's incredible.
Smart of you to run it back, huh? Smart of you. Go ahead, Colin.
I mean, Mason, you have, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but you have over $1 billion in attributed revenue tied to you, which is absolutely bananas. You got to tell us about at least one lesson that you took from at $1 billion worth of attributed revenue in your career at this point.
I mean, at the highest level, and I know all the strategies out there, inflated budgets and with the small bid cap, stuff like that, like at the highest level, like I had VCs on my neck every single day. And you basically are like, every day is a new day in the ad account and you're pushing buttons every day. When you're at that highest level of spend, like just letting the algo do its thing, that's not a good enough answer for the big boys. So you gotta actively manage it. You're like a day trader in a way. You're spending hundreds of thousands of dollars a day. It's a big deal. And people are watching every single day, right? So that's the biggest thing is you have to, every day you wake up and you lock in. It was a crazy experience because I literally was locked in every day. I didn't take any days off. There was never days off, just because there's so much at stake every single day. So that's the biggest thing is that you really can make, like, media buying is not dead, especially at the highest level. Like it is a requirement, so.
Ooh,
Totally agree. I love
bars from Mason Littlejohn here. Media buying is not dead, ladies and gentlemen, especially at the highest level. Now, Mason, I took great comfort, I will say, from a tweet that I saw from you. I cannot remember when. But I appreciate the way you communicate some things, especially in simplicity. I feel that true simplicity is mastery. When one has been in it enough to distill the principles down such that you can communicate them in half a sentence or so, the principle itself, which of course, different situations you must, vary, etc. But one thing that I saw from you was the double up method. Okay, when I saw this, and I knew when you said it, he's gonna get a lot of comments about this one. I knew he would. He's gonna get a lot on the timeline about this. But I was pumped that you put this out there because this is exactly what I did at Bruce Bolt. I got in day one. Bruce Bolt's little baseball brand that, over a period of about 24 months or so was one of the fastest growing stores on Shopify. What I did day one was I got in, I looked at the account, I said, we got double budget now. We got double budget, and then we got to keep double thing until we see any different in the account. Tell me about this.
Yeah, I mean, at the simplest level, like you kind of mentioned, like this is an algorithm, and an algorithm works on signals. And so every budget increase you make tells the algorithm, hey, good job or bad job, right? And so I realized this. Meta is a multi-trillion-dollar company. The algorithm is the best in the world, and people thinking that you can't make these big budget moves just haven't spent 10,000 hours in the ad platform. And so, if you want to, like, how do you get to $500 million a year with small budget increases? It's just not possible. And when the moments come, when conversion rates on your side is what I call it, when all the stars align, like that is when you have to double and double and double. And that's how you make these hockey stick growth happen. And most brands miss out on it. Not gonna lie. There's so many brands that I see that they're just scared. They don't think it's possible. And luckily the team that I had at Ruggable, like, we just believed they just wanted me to do it. They said go, and then we just kept doing it and it kept working. And And it led up to that crazy run up where we did $500 million a year, 3 years in a row in the US. Then we launched internationally. We ran up to 8 figures in the UK, Europe, and Australia. And then that's when I ended up leaving. But yeah, the meta ads algorithm, it's such a strong algorithm. And that's why people are missing out when they play too safe. This year specifically, it has been a little bit tougher. Like the consistency hasn't been there. So I always tell people there is nuance. I don't always double the budget. Like I'm not, you have to use your brain a bit. But when things are hot, you've got to take advantage because you can leave a lot of money on the table. And again, and it's all about the snowball effect too. When you miss out on acquiring a bunch of customers quickly, that snowball effect isn't growing as fast as it could. And the word of mouth marketing and all the intangibles, right? So that's the thing that we captured was like, it's all about the intangibles too. How many customers can we acquire at such a high velocity that the buzz is there and that like X factor happens. And that's when you just like bulldozing at that point. So yeah, I mean, it sounds crazy, but like, again, you've seen it happen. Like, so the top media buyers, anyone I talk to about behind the scenes, they all do it. But most people say it can't be done. So
makes me feel a little better. Better.
I mean, Mason, so talk us through where, a D2C brand, they start to hit a spend ceiling and they can't actually break through that double budget. What's the first thing you're looking at? Is it creative? Is it offer? Is it the account? What are you looking at first to try to actually break through that spend ceiling?
At the end of the day, it all comes down to ideal customer profile. Obviously, personas is what everyone talks about now. Obviously, the algorithm is hyper personalized. It's always been. They finally started really messaging it out after all the buzzwords from the last year, right? But really, it's at the end of the day, I always give the analogy of you want to find your number one ideal customer profile, like the easiest person to get to buy your product. And you want to run that up as hard as possible and like literally be laser focused on this customer. Most brands, they start going to the left and to the right, trying to find different customers, like doing 5 customer profiles at once. This is how you're majoring in the minors at that point. Ruggable, our number one customer profile was dog owners. And so we took it to 100 million a year, like literally only focusing on dog owners. But then we started seeing CPAs rise. It was getting hard to scale. So then we had to start branching out into like clean freaks was another one, cost conscious,
like that,
sustainability. So we started branching out, and then boom, that's how we hit the 250 to the 500 million. Obviously, with creative diversification as well was huge. We ran every ad type within Meta under the sun. We created UGC DPA feeds. We used Marpipe. We used multiple, narrative, tube science, a bunch of performance creative agencies, right? So we went full tilt with everything. But for small brands, really, it's all about, most of the time, they're like, you dive into their ad account and they're losing sight of their number one ideal customer profile. Typically, you can run it up to $1 million a month on one customer. Obviously, there's subsets within that customer, different angles to reach that customer, but most brands just lose focus. And that's the main issue with newer brands.
Got it.
Mason, tell me about your coaching program. I ask because it's always intrigued me. It's how I discovered you on X at some point. I have always felt that the thing that most founders need, especially if they're sub 7 figures a year, even they are 7 figures a year, and it would behoove them so much to feel more comfortable and know what to do if they are in the ad account themselves. It's something that when I was at Bruce Bolt, Taylor Holiday coached me for about 6 months, and it's something that he's always saying. He's like, "Hey, if you're at a certain level of revenue, dear founder, you need to be in that ad account. Know what's going on. Know how to operate that thing." This is why I've always felt, man, what you're doing over there is the Lord's work on the interwebs. Tell me about the coaching program. What you do, what it looks like. Give me all the details around it.
Yeah, it's pretty simple. I mean, that's the gist of it is like, I want to help founders have control over their destiny. Like, it's the saddest thing when I hear people launching a brand and they just hand over the reins to a freelancer or an agency, you know. And again, I'm an agency owner. Like, I know the benefits of agencies, but at the beginning, like, you gotta be so close to the customer, not only on the product side, but in the ad account. You got to see what they're interacting with. If you don't know what they're clicking on, you know what ads are resonating, you're just missing out on the whole business. So I just wanted to make it super simple for founders to learn how to, like, I always tell them, you don't, like, most of the work's done in the beginning. A lot of it's not even in the ad account. You got to get all your email flows set up. You got to get your website optimized, right? You got to have your pop-up dialed. Once you get all these, like, foundational things set up, then all you have to do really is focus on creative and product. So I help them get that foundation set up, and then I just kind of coach them through that growth. And it's a 6-month program. I build them out a 6-month growth plan. So how to scale over 6-month duration. And like any mentorship, the people that do the work are the ones that get the most results.
Yeah.
And we have tons of case studies of brands doing it. And I also build my own brand inside the program too. So I'm not just a mentor coach. I share everything, the good, the bad, like it's so over, we're so backs, that happened as a brand owner. So it's really cool because, I'm in the trenches with them with my own brand, but I also can bring all the agency knowledge, all the big brands I'm working on. I can bring that knowledge in and say, hey, this is what's working with the big dogs. We should try this here, and vice versa. I also can take, some of the learnings from coaching, bring it to the agency side too. So, but yeah, I really have a passion for it. And I recently realized, like, the under 100K a month mark, like, those are the people I really want to help. There's the Evolve guys. They do a really good job at helping brands do 100K days. And I just realized, I'm like, they got that handled. I really enjoy the new brands and helping them get to their first 6 or 7 figure month. So that's kind of really where I've decided to sit. And I really just love what I do, and I have a passion for it.
Love that.
And it's always like, can I do it again? Can we help another brand do it again? It's so challenging, and most people don't want to take it on because it's tough. Because but I just have a passion for it, and we've had so many brand owners quit their 9-to-5s after the program.
Brother.
It's nothing better than that. Just seeing people live out their dreams with Ecomm. So a small part of that is just really such a blessing. So.
That's incredible, man.
That's what this show is all about. We love that. You are also constantly posting hot takes on X. You got to talk to us about some of the takes that you've published that you've gotten some of the most pushback, but you draw the line in the sand. You said, no, I'm double down on this. I agree with this. What's something that you got super crazy pushback on?
I mean, the double up method was a big one.
The double up was a big one.
I think people are like, this is a big one that people like. Everyone just like is obsessed with cost controls, and like the majority, 99% of brands like don't need them. Like, again, everyone glazes the meta ads algorithm so hard, but they're like, oh no, but don't use highest volume though. No, you know what I mean? It's just like, dude, like, you guys are like, it's not that deep, guys. Run highest volume, make good creative, and you could make a 7-figure business. But like, these guys like, it's like these top agency guys that work at 8-9-figure brands are telling like new brand owners they need to do big caps and cost caps. This is the worst advice. So new brand, again, that's why I'm here for the new brand owners. Like, yo guys, it's not that deep. Let's just focus on the fundamentals, like any sport. Big caps and cost caps, that's when you're in the top 1%, you really need to worry about that stuff. Let's just focus on the fundamentals. Don't get too deep. I know you want to follow the big boys, but these guys are not. They're talking about stuff that doesn't. It's not in this, the same lane that you guys are in. It's a completely different environment.
That's fair.
So that's the biggest thing is I have a problem with that, and they're like, because I get brand owners coming to me, should I do an inflated budget with like a low bid cap and like set my budget to 100K a day? I'm just like, dude. You guys, like, chill. Stop reading these guys' tweets. Stop watching these YouTube videos. Like, you guys need to, like, it's like the meta ads algorithm, like I said, it's so good. Like, you just got to keep it super simple. And then once you start, you get to 6-7 figures a month before you start dabbling in that stuff, because you really don't need to. You really don't need to. And that's maybe my hottest take. is that it's much more simple. It's not that deep. It's not that deep, guys. Once you get to 7 figures, yeah, you can start exploring those things. But yeah, I guess that's my biggest hot take.
I
totally agree with this.
I think Bart, the chef over at Dad Gang, he's also a proponent. I don't think I think last time I heard him talk about cost caps, etc., he says, yeah, I've never even ran them for Dad Gang.
Yeah.
I believe that's the case. I could be wrong.
I think you're right. Yeah.
I mean, I'll be honest. Like when we were at Rogal, I was spending 80-90 million a year on Meta, and the Meta reps. This was the inflated budget strategy just came out, and they kept trying to get us to do it. And I'm just like we don't need to do it. Like it's just like
okay.
People do things like they just like think they just do things just to do them. I always say this: everything in your ad account has to have a purpose. Why are we doing this? What's the business outcome it's tied to? Like, people just do things just to do things. It's like, no. And at Rogal, we use bid caps, but we still spent our full budget every day. We weren't trying to. We literally were doing it just to like make sure we weren't overbidding. We still wanted to spend full in every single day.
Yeah, yeah.
So again, I'm not against cost controls. I do use them for bigger brands, but with newer brands, I think it's really not. It's really something that just don't even need to worry about at all. The algorithm's so good. So
yeah,
Mason,
totally
this old boy that I have found on Twitter, I really like him. I believe his name is Spencer. I think it's Spencer. He's got a duck brand. Are you aware of him? And now he worked with you, didn't he?
Yeah, he's one of my best Ecomm buddies. Yeah, he's actually part of the reason why I started Meta Ads at Scale, because I started helping him in the DMs for a while.
Yeah.
We started doing calls. And then I was like, you know what? I can help way more people, because I started getting so many people hitting me up. It's like, you know what? I'll just, I felt like God was calling me to do it. I was like, I'll just let's run it up. Let's do it. But yeah, Spencer's one of my best Ecomm friends. Such a good guy.
Man, he sings it.
Yeah, he's a good dude. I love that guy.
And I think that I really believe 2026 and beyond. I have a number of friends that are this right now. The one-man brand is real. Nitty gritty. Hey, we're going to start shipping this thing from the garage, and I'm going to get in there and I'm going to dink and dunk inside of Meta Ads. I'm going to make the ads like it's possible and I can do it. He's such a great story. And I was following along while he was working with you, and he got to eventually quit his job, and just, you're watching his, his fulfillment in his like office, like change, he's like, man, I'm organizing it like this, and all. Man, this is what we do and why we do what we do in e-commerce. Yeah. It's like, it's the promise of freedom. Yeah. It's like, I can have my own business, and I can do this. It's the wonderful thing about the internet. One doesn't need a PhD in order to do it. You need a little grit and a little know-how, and sometimes somebody in your DMs helping you out.
Exactly. I mean, I think the Twitter X community, that's what helped me get the confidence to launch my own things, and I've been able to pay it back, which has been amazing. But yeah, that's what it's all about. Living there's nothing wrong with jobs. It's just doing live a life that you want to live, and get help from people a little bit ahead of you, because most of the time people are willing to help. And that goes without saying. Anyone who's watching this, if you ever need help, DM me and I'll do my best to point you in the right direction, without even trying to sell you. I'm always trying to help people first, and obviously if they want additional deeper help, they can obviously join my program. But at the end of the day, I want to help as many people as possible, really achieve their dreams with Meta Ads. So,
well, I'll go farther than that. I think people just need to join the program. I think people need to go and talk.
Pretty easy.
And then sign up. Just have the credit card ready. Tell us where people can find you, follow you, talk with you, and where do they get a piece of your brain share? How do they go and start talking with you?
Well, on X, it's at WeAreTheSelect. That's the handle. Or just search Mason Littlejohn. And then on Instagram, I'm just at Mason. That's my handle.
Oh,
So you can find me there. Yeah, I'm trying to post trying to do some more posting there. And then YouTube, just if you search Mason Littlejohn on YouTube, I'm really going to be ramping up the YouTube quite a bit this year too. Yeah, that's really where you can find me. And I'm most active. If you hit me in Twitter DMs, that's most likely where I respond the most out of all the platforms.
Awesome.
Amazing.
We appreciate you, man. We look forward to having you back. We appreciate what you do, brother. Thank you, man.
Awesome. You guys take care.
Yeah, he's good.
A scaler.
He's a scaler.
A scaler for the people. A scaler for the people.
For the people. A teacher, a mentor. He really is, man. He really is. And the primary segment of founder that he is helping, teaching, mentoring, etc.
Hardest one.
It's the one that everybody doesn't want.
It's the hardest one.
It's like, oh, you're getting going here. You're not doing $1 million a year yet. I don't think so.
Yeah.
Not for me. That's always the case.
Yeah.
So I love it that he's like specializing here. It's like, hey man, can I do it again? Can I help somebody get off the ground and do it themselves? I think that's awesome.
It's incredible. It is truly the kind of the hardest, path is that little kind of window that he's talking about. And if he's willing to go through that with a founder and scale you up, that is truly, hey, I'm going to leave my job. This will now become my full-time job now.
So good.
It is that sweet spot. And once you pass through and break through that ceiling, it's a pretty wild experience.
Yeah, it's incredible. We have the one and only Damon Didier, founder and CEO at Win at eCommerce, coming to us very soon, very quickly. Before he comes, ladies and gentlemen, let us talk about the one and only Rich Panel. Your CX team is buried in repeat tickets that are costing you money. Refunds, order tracking, subscription cancellations, etc. Rich Panel is the AI help desk that fixes this massive headache and automates 70 to 80% of your interactions. You're only responsible for the exceptions. Your team of Rich Panel AI agents has got you on the rest end to end. If you're paying $2 to $10 per ticket, you need to see what 30 cents feels like. Incredible. Ridge cut their cost per ticket by 70%, saved $500,000 per year by making the switch. Switching, migration takes less than 2 weeks and your CSAT score bound to go up. 50% autonomous resolution in 30 days guaranteed or your money back. Go to richpanel.com. Book your demo today. It is a no-brainer. You will be very glad that you did. Many thanks for Rich Panel being part of this show. Jack, producer Jack, is Damon here with us yet? He is here. He is here. I don't know. You guys always know. You guys always know. I never know. I don't know how
Jack,
you know.
Jack and I have our own little private chat that we don't keep you in.
You
on.
have your own private chat?
We have our own. It's like cool people one. So
I'm
we
a
can't
little
include
disturbed, to be honest.
Yeah.
I've got to somehow like be aware. I need to be more aware of producer Jack. Laugh out loud. Well, we must bring the one and only Damon Didier in here, a Dallas-based email savant. I think he's got like giant experience. I think he's won some awards. Okay.
Whoa.
And I want to hear about him, to be honest. So I want to hear like, how do you win an award for emails? He has for a few of his email campaigns, which is incredible. We need to bring him inside of here right now. Everybody, welcome inside of the show, Damon Didier, founder and CEO of Win at eCommerce. Get in here, Damon.
Yes.
Let's go.
Thank you. I guess a great intro. I should leave on a high note now. That was amazing.
No.
Damon,
and we appreciate you making the time to join us, brother.
Yeah, thank you for having me on here, and it's great. I've known Dylan for a while here, and it's Chris, a pleasure to meet you. I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I would give everybody some background on you, man. Of course, I know what you're doing at Win eCommerce now, but man, give us a little background, some lore, some Google Earth out for us. So, and I ultimately want to hear too about how you've won awards for email campaigns. But before we get there, man, give us a little more context on you, man, for those who don't know you.
Yeah, absolutely. So my story is not too different from yours, Chris. Like I started off working in companies and I was in e-commerce. I was given a big task, grow e-commerce by a bunch of guys that were older than me. And I was given like no budget to do it, no people to do it, and how to make it happen, right? So, you kind of just figure it out. Like, I was the young guy on the team. This is about 12 years ago. And that's what brought me out here to Dallas. And they're like, man, make it happen. So we were, at the time, we were doing refurbishing electronics in Austin, Texas. And we actually moved the company over December, 90,000 square foot. Wow. Up here to Fort Worth. We refurbishment. And we took a company that was doing 500,000 when we bought them in yearly online B2B B2C direct to consumer sales. Took it to 5 million in 2 years. And we did it through. Yeah, so good numbers. And again, like I had a shoestring budget, no team. Yeah. I had to build it, man. And you know that. So, we did it through a bunch of different ways, but I started using Klaviyo and falling in love with, the idea that like email marketing, it's different than normal advertising where you kind of you deal with CPMs and like throwing something out there and you're like, yeah, this ad did something because of whatever. But when it comes to email marketing, you could have beautiful copy, beautiful design, but man, if it doesn't work, it's garbage. It's a waste of time. Yeah. So I like what's at stake. So 5 years ago, I started winning e-commerce. I left that company, started this agency, and we've grown it now. We've got 21 team members on my team all over the planet. We've won 3 Hermes Awards. Those are the awards that we've won. It's it's design, it's copy, and it's analytics. And I've got software developers on my team. And honestly, like the genesis of this was I wanted to put together a team that was every competency in email, SMS, retention marketing, but that I could never afford in the company. So I just, I've got, 6 main groups: copy, design, strategy, all of that. I got people that worked at PacSun working with me. We've got some really big brands, coffee brands out of California, international restaurant brands that we work with, and just have a really good time doing it. And yeah, man, there you go.
That's incredible, man. Yeah, that's incredible.
Could you walk us through some of those campaigns that have been award winning? I mean, we know about a couple of them, but we only knew about 2. We did not know about the 3. Could you talk us through all this?
Yeah. So, we won these awards. So we like to blend art and science, right? To me, that's fun. If it's not fun, then like, why are we even doing this? And I think that's why we're all here, right?
Totally.
Ecomm's a good time. And we have awesome graphic designers. So the design of the emails are beautiful, but also too, like they have elements about them that get people to engage. So for those of you out there, you want some tidbits on like, how do I make my emails better? Here's the deal. People hate to read. So don't make them read. Like, people are too damn busy nowadays to like go through your email. I've got so many founders I talk with that like want to put a book into their email. No one's got time for that. So, the hero image needs to do it. It needs to be like 6 words or less in that hero image, and the call to action needs to speak to it. So here's one of our numbers is we call the 90-10 rule, which is 90% of the effectiveness of an email or a message in general is audience and the offer. That's it. Screw the wonderful design, screw the copy.
Wow.
It's the offer and the people you're sending it to, because everyone out there is way too busy. I just got off a call with a client a minute ago, and she runs an incredible cheese brand out of, I'm going to plug her, out of Colorado, called Rogue Creamery. Rogue Creamery makes great cheeses. And she's like, Damon, I've got 9,000 emails in my inbox right now. And she's not alone. Like, we all have too many emails in there. How are you going to break through? And it's like respecting your people's time. So the reason we won those awards was we had really great design. All of the click rates and the open rates are really high, but also we blended that science side. So we have a methodology we call win scoring, which is like a lead scoring on e-commerce. And, we have little elements throughout our emails that if it's a coffee brand, it's a medium, we'll have like a little very innocuous little subset of images that says like medium, light roast, or dark roast, and whatever. You just click on it and get it. When it does that, we're scoring them inside of Klaviyo. So now we know that, Chris loves light roast and Dylan loves dark roast. So as we communicate with you, we're creating those magical messages based on that. And deeper, to think even deeper about it, is we can take those scores and say, who's got the highest historical lifetime value? Who's got the highest predicted value? Who are the ones we want to spend our time on? And who are those people that, heck, they were one standard deviation above the mean of the number of clicks on light roast, but they didn't buy. Why? So many times everyone focuses on that like a 6-day decision window. With these kinds of tools, and the reason we won the awards is we can have that window go out to weeks or months and still deliver like messages to people to convert based on that win scoring methodology. So there you go.
Yeah, that's fascinating. I really do feel what you said here about 90% of the job being done with the right person, the right audience, and the right offer. I totally agree with this. I do. Yeah. And on the reading piece, do we read? I mean, it's more that we scan. I feel. Right. I feel. I'm going to open that thing up, and inside of call it a half second or so, there's something about the images and like the big headline and like the logo. All of it needs to communicate to me, like I can grunt back who you are, what you want, and what you want me to do. What benefit are you going to, tickle my dopamine with? And like, what do? I buy, I click, I go. This really resonates with me. I mean, I think this is the case.
This is exactly the case. And, ultimately we are the consumer. Like 99% of our lives, even as e-commerce owners, we're buying other people's stuff. So just deliver to those people, treat them like you'd want to be treated when you make your own marketing. And that's what the hero image is all about, and doing it properly. Sure, we've got stuff beneath it. And if you want to scroll down, it's there for those people that are engaged, but we should really respect them. And, those awards are where we were before. Now we're really deep into AI and driving all of that. And, AI goes both ways. We use it on our agency to drive what we create. But on the other side, AI makes it harder and harder for deliverability with Gmail, Yahoo, and all of those now. They're automatically organizing. Of course, everyone was concerned before about the promotions folder. Well, forget that. Yeah. Now the promotions folder's got AI on it that only brings up the best offers that it thinks you want. So there's just so many things and so many headwinds in the industry that it's just a lot of that art and science I talked about to get delivered and get sales.
Yes. I mean, so I would imagine, so I'm a brand, I'm coming to you, and I only have, 15% of my revenue is attributed to email. What are you doing? What's that first lever that you're pulling to try to push that number up pretty substantially?
Great question. That happens all the time. So here's a couple KPIs out there. If you're let's just say a standard e-commerce brand doing an AOV of anywhere from like $5 up to like $100, you should be at about a minimum of a 25% Klaviyo attributed revenue, or plug in your ESP attributed revenue. 25% of revenue should come from there. So what you're asking is, what if you're not there? What do you do? So ultimately, what we would do, and we have a new performance model we just rolled out that's like a low entry cost, but then we can help grow your brand together. And just like your last guest, help scale brands, because I think that's where everyone's at today, is like, it's time to scale. I would look at like the buyer's journey. So what is your customer going through? The first thing is the pop-up. What does that look like? What is going on there? Is it easy? Is it speaking to people? And it does not mean we're giving money away. It doesn't mean, oh, I'm giving 10% off. Let me give 20% off when you sign up for email. Klaviyo came out with some data 2 Black Fridays ago that said, when you give discounts above 20%, it's diminishing returns. It's not even worth it. You want to stick, beneath that. In fact, many people on that pop-up love it when you don't even give them a discount amount. Like, you've unlocked an exclusive discount, which forces the person to open the email or the SMS and then engage with it, which automatically tells the inbox provider, Gmail, Yahoo, whoever, that this is a trusted brand I'm getting it from. So you really want to get that first engagement interaction with the email, if at all possible. And sometimes hiding the offer is the way to do it. We would look at that. Then we would look at the welcome series and then the checkout series to make sure that all of those are in KPI. Here's another number, giving away all my secrets today. The welcome email number 1 should be what we call 33-3. A minimum 30% open, minimum 3% click, and a minimum 3% conversion rate. And if it's beneath that, you got a problem. So
bars, absolute bars for the friends at home. Oh my God.
Time, you know, come on. Come on. Yeah.
Okay. All right. In the midst of, you know, the shifting landscape in e-commerce 2026 and beyond, and how do you see email changing? You know, what's more important now than it was several years ago? I you know, just off the top of my head, you know, example, 2-3 years ago, everybody's always, yeah, my open rates are awesome. You know,
right.
I don't know that anybody even references them anymore. Sometimes they don't. You know, it's like it's all the click rate or it's all the et cetera. I mean, give me some of your thoughts, Damon. Like as e-commerce changes, like what's more important now? What's less important? What do you see trend wise?
So I'll keep it kind of a high level because this could be a whole thing. And it's funny who you talk to. Even like my compadres here in the industry, they all have different thoughts too. But here's what we've seen. So open rates are actually higher right now than they were a year ago. Yeah. That's partially because a lot of bots now are opening and all that. So to me, opens and click are frankly just like signals. Because all I really care about for my clients is sales, right? Like that's what we care about. And my team sometimes forgets this too. All this work we do is just to drive more sales for our clients. And that's at the end of the day, all of this is just fluff if you really think about it. So yes, maybe we have to send out a nice fluffy email from the founder, but don't forget, like that may not sell anything, but that might set up the next sale, right? That's the whole point. So back to AI. What we are noticing, and I haven't read this anywhere, this is just our own internal information, is click rates are becoming more and more important, the click. And that's because as opens now are artificially inflated, they're not quite there. It looks like, just on the outside, that the inbox providers, they're doing so many different ways of presenting the emails to you in the inbox that really your engagement with that email is more and more important. So as we see when we see like a deliverability rate, which is really, really the number, that is more affected and seems to be more correlated to the click rate now than I've seen in the past. And this is like a 2026 thing. And you just got to imagine it's just because it's so much harder to get in front of people and have them engage with it. Because like, heck, you can open an email now. I don't know if you've seen this. And Google will grab at the very top of it and say, this is the offer in your email. Click right here and apply the code, right? So that means an open for me, but not a click for me. So how do I get past that? And so if you're wondering out there, like, how do we do that? It goes back to what I said originally, that hero image, but we are doing a lot with GIFs and having like animation on there. There's AMP in emails that you can do, engagement with product carousels and all that. So I think we're asking, or we're expecting now a higher level, a higher quality of email to really break through. And for those e-commerce brand owners out there, it's really still all about like connecting, so that when my email comes to you or your email goes to a client, do they know what to expect when they get from you? Like Vuori is amazing apparel brand, not one of my clients, but they're great. Like every time I open an email up, it's going to be, I know what I'm getting. It's going to be an awesome email. It's going to look good. It takes me a couple minutes to go through it, or a couple, whatever. And I'm excited about seeing it. Apple, same way. So is your brand doing that? Is it distilling it? And that client I was talking about earlier, Rogue Creamery, we had a conversation today about what her clients expect. And, she knows her clients inside and out, and she gives us that feedback loop. So we just deliver them what they want to see, man. That's it.
That's amazing.
I dig it, man. Yeah. I dig it.
If you're fast forwarding, 5 years from now, everything with AI, all that's involved, what does that look like for email for brands? Fast forward, 5 years. all the AI, everything that has grown, what does that look like for brands?
Yeah, great question. So if I had a crystal ball and all that, I would, listen, I'd have the answer.
Do you have one, Damon? Where's the?
I'd tell you all what to invest in, and we'd be done. We'd be out of here. The podcast would shut down and gone. Damon made us some money. So I think I can't extrapolate 5 years. I don't know. I will tell you though that I think there's a couple things that are going to happen, right? With AI, a lot more crappy garbage emails going to come out, right? So that's happening. So you could imagine that the inbox providers are going to continue to create methods to unearth those emails that your customers want. So again, it goes back to quality and making sure you get the quality there. I believe AI tools will become much more mainstay. I will tell you, in my experience from AI, and we have our own internal AI tool that we've built that helps us with calendaring, strategy, and brief creation. But when we try to turn it on to make an email soup to nuts with design, it's just awful. Like none of them have been anywhere close to good. And I think a lot of companies that sell that are overselling it, at least in my experience. And so I think the design and that aspect of it is a little further away than I think other tools. Copy from an AI perspective, I think is already pretty darn good. So we can, we're pretty good at that. So you can extrapolate 3 years from now, there's probably going to be just way more of those like hyper targeted, hyper focused, just to you style emails with, UCP coming out now and this universal commerce protocol. That's very exciting. And I would imagine, like, I don't think email is going anywhere. And I'll take off my email hat, like the heck with the email hat. I think it's one of those technologies, that in SMS, that is just so ingrained, it won't go away. But what will it evolve into will likely be just a delivery method of messages for free, like there's no cost to send an email out practically. So it'll be a method for us to do that. It'll just be coming to you in new ways, likely through your chat bot, through your conversation, but all of it will still be managed through a lot of these existing platforms like Klaviyo, Braze, you name it, going forward would be my imagination. And also probably even a back and forth. Like, why couldn't you, like your sponsor you just had, like, why couldn't you converse with a brand immediately and have the AI in the brand voice talk with you about the offer? Like, is this offer for real? True. Yes, Damon, it's for real. And, and blah, blah, blah. And I want to get it delivered now. And I think there'll be a level of autonomy, but I also think, I've listened to your podcast, of course, and I think people like you and I and the people listening, we got to remember that we're at the beginning, we're at bleeding edge of a lot of this tech. And the big, it's always a bell-shaped curve. Most people, they're not there yet. Like it's got a long way to go. It's good to be ahead. Don't get me wrong. But at the end of the day, like we have to realize that a lot of people are just going to be loving their email, loving their SMS, and that will just evolve over time into whatever the messaging platform comes forward. But I will say, if you look at like Klaviyo, they have really branched out on a lot of stuff they're doing. So I think that, they see the writing on the wall, and there's just going to be like an evolution of the methods that these platforms send messages to customers is my thought.
Well, Damon, I'm ready to send a message from my Neuralink to your Neuralink.
Sure.
And while everybody's dreaming, my message and my product it'll just show up somewhere, Inception style, inside of the dreams at night. Anyway, we'll see what happens. But I don't think email's going away. It's going to be around, and man, we appreciate your focus on it, brother. We appreciate you making the time to join us. Tell everybody where to find you, follow you, talk with you. They want to, get a piece of Damon's mind. Where do they go?
Yeah, so I'm on LinkedIn. So our company's Win at eCommerce. So if you want to go to our website, it's just WINAT ecommerce.com. A little long, but that's how you find us. But LinkedIn's a great way to get a hold of me. And we have an AI tool that we're looking for beta testers. So if anybody out there wants to do it, it's called emailpilot.ai /EC for e-commerce Cowboy.
Whoa!
Yeah, the tool is not launched, but my team has been my beta testers, whether they like it or not, for the last 8 months. And yeah, I'd love to get some more people on there. So email pilot.ai/EC if they want to come on over and just check it out.
Dig
Amazing.
that. Dig
Boom.
that, Damon. We appreciate
Yeah.
you coming. Look forward to having you back, man. Thank you, brother.
Mike, have a good one.
Damon, you can tell Damon, he knows how to control a room. You could tell. I mean, you could put him in front of the board meeting. You could put him up at Toastmasters, and he'd be working it there. he's got great energy about him. The 33.3 is pretty interesting. I like the 33.3.
Oh, that's a bar right there.
That was a
that
bar.
is a huge bar. That's amazing.
That was a bar. That was a
Yeah.
bar. And how about a little surprise there at the end?
Whoa,
with his
out
own
of nowhere.
internal email tool that he's
Yeah.
developing, and throwing that out there. Email pilot.ai/EC, I believe is what he said. Something like that.
There you
Something
go.
like that. Good on him. Good on him, and for helping others win at e-commerce. That's good.
Let's go.
That's good benefit selling. Benefits, not features. You know what I'm saying?
There you
Win
go.
at e-commerce. As we move forward here, ladies and gentlemen, going back to finish up stories of the day. But as we move forward to get there, ladies and gentlemen, let us talk about Rocked After Sale. Most D2C brands are obsessed with their next net new customer, as they should be. But the real lever is making more money from the orders you are already getting. If you get 5,000 orders a month and you can just sprinkle in an extra $3 or $4 on each one of those without touching your ads, wouldn't that be nice? Yeah, it would. That is what brands like Olakai, Cozy Earth, and Groove Life are doing with Rocked After Sale every day, adding post-purchase upsells and downsells from the cart through the thank you page, and then stacking an extra 30 to 50 cents per order just by showing premium offers from Disney, Venmo, HelloFresh, etc. High margin revenue straight to your bottom line. No hit to conversion, no impact on your LTV, and you can be live in minutes. It is a no-brainer. Go to aftersale.com/offers. Start monetizing more of what you've already built. Many thanks to Rocked After Sale being part of this show. Now, wrapping up stories of the day. This has been a full one.
I mean, unbelievable day.
It's been
Unbelievable
an
day.
unbelievable day. And there's more excitement to come. Wrapping up stories of the day here. Sometimes you do need a sales Chad. Sales Chad is a helpful person. There's a reason why they get paid a whole lot. Scroll down for us here, Producer Jack.
This is such a good tweet.
This is such a good tweet. It's so insightful. Benjamin Horn here is retweeting a story that came via Axios that is denoting the real problem between Anthropic and the administration and the White House is personality related. It's actually just the peoples across the table not liking one another and not communicating effectively. Headline here: they screwed us. Personality clashes sent Anthropic's models offline. I won't read the whole article, but the story from Nick here that Benjamin is retweeting: U.S. officials say Fable and Mythos were shut down because Anthropic can't, quote, speak Trump's language, LMAO. Now, insightful here from Ben Horn. Scroll up here, Producer Jack. He had this to say: this developing story about Dario's failed communications with the White House confirms everything I've ever believed about the enormous power of the sales Chad. And I want to say, dear marketer, okay, who has been behind a laptop most of your life, pushing buttons, making monies for various companies, I think a year or two in the role of a sales Chad would do you a lot of good. I do. And I can say that from my own experience. Let's continue to read why you can be the smartest, most hardworking, well-meaning guy around. But if you can't get people to like you, it's all for nothing. When the time comes to send one of your own to meet inside the halls of power, you don't send the geek squad, says Ben Horn. You must send the affable, beer-drinking, golf-loving sales Chad. It literally doesn't matter if he understands the product half as well as everyone else. I can vouch for this. It literally doesn't matter if he understands the product half as well as everyone else. You send him, it's what he was put on earth to do. The sales Chad, there is a reason why sales Chad makes the most money inside of every organization other than like the CEO. The C-suite is like C-suite, and then it's sales chat. that is the case every time. Okay. And I think this underlines a very important principle. Don't hate sales chat. Don't hate the sales game.
No.
Very useful and necessary inside of the business world.
100%. I think a lot of people try to over complexify everything in our industry. A lot of it is just down to vibes. Am I vibe with this guy? Do I want to talk with this guy for the next 6 to 12 months as we integrate this software into our, org? Is it cool? Can I see myself grabbing a beer with this guy?
Yeah.
Could I potentially play golf with this guy? These things go through your head because there's going to be problems. Every single software, you're going to have problems. Every single project, you're going to have issues. At the end of the day, it's who do I want to talk to about this and what's their communication style and does it work with me? And if it does, and if I feel like, oh, this guy's awesome, this feels fun, I feel like this guy could potentially take me on the boat. We could go fishing together.
Yes.
And then maybe go tubing and then maybe play some, I don't know, maybe some Zach Brown band while we're doing that. And it's just a vibes in the summer. That's the guy. That is who you want when you're dealing with an issue. And that is exactly who they needed for this Anthropic situation.
That's who they needed.
Because I think they just sent in the smartest people in the world, which has a time and place.
It does.
The product. It's why they have a world-class product. But at the end of the day, you just need a guy who's going to kick back and smoke a couple cigars and say, watch me drive this thing 300 yards.
Yeah.
And then he does it. And then you go in his tricked out Escalade and you're like, this guy's the man.
In some ways, high school never leaves us. Okay.
Exactly.
And it is true that the nerds run the world. Okay. Geeks run the world. Smartest guys building the things. But don't forget, smart guy still needs cool guy. Okay. Smart guy still needs cool guy because 100%. Somebody's got to sell that thing. Yeah. Somebody has got to sell what smart guy has built, and cool guy has got a real value that he brings. Cool guy understands when to stop talking. 100%. Cool guy, sales guy, he understands what questions to ask. He understands how to frame himself such that even though he's the one who's making the sale, he's kind of in control of the room. A sales guy, sales Chad knows how to do this, and I can testify to this. Sometimes it doesn't matter if he even understands what the product is, but he understands what the person across from him wants, and he knows how to stay high level, ask the right questions, and not dive into what he doesn't need to dive into. He knows when to stop talking and when to stop asking details.
I'll also say the sales Chad has a certain allure about him because he actually gets to know you. He gets to know your family. He gets to know what your interests are. He gets to know all the things about you, what make you up as an interesting person. That's probably what he's actually going to talk about for like 90% of that conversation. And then going to slip in a little bit of XYZ software. Cool. Let's get this done. Great. Awesome. Bye. See you later.
And the more you talk, the better. The more the other person talks, he's interested in you. What's going on with you? What problems do you have? Why is that important to you? Oh, et cetera. Oh yeah, I see that. Yeah, I've seen that. Gosh, see that all the time. It's rough. Tell me more about that. What's your team gonna do if you don't have this in place? Oof, it's rough.
Are you spin selling me right now?
This is like Trump's world, man. He's a salesman. He's been selling real estate and building big things, and like this is his world. You send in sales chat. You send in
sales chat.
That's what you do.
Do you know about the spin method?
No.
Oh my gosh. I had a class in college and I crushed it. I got an A in it. It was the spin selling method. And it's basically it's situation problem. Let's see what it is. Spin method. It's situation. It's a situation, problem, implication, need, payoff. So the implication that you just talked about was like, what would happen if your team doesn't do that? So then you grow the pain out. And then you guide the buyer to the solution with need, payoff. So it's situation. What's our situation? What's the problem? What happens if you don't fix that problem? Need payoff, implication. And then you go need payoff. Oh, we have a solution for that, actually. Let's get rid of that pain. Spin.
Yeah. That's good. That's good. That's good. Hey, I think sage advice here. Here. And you know, I would say room for personal growth for all of us. Don't discount sales chat. There's room.
Yeah.
There's a little sales chat in all of us.
There is.
And you know, there's a little opportunity, personal development. We have our next guest who is here. This has been a packed day. This has been a super packed day. We have the one and only Mike that is coming to us right now, Mike Lukas. Now, I want to say, I think there's another way. I think there's a full last name here with Mike Lukas that I want to say and that I looked up and I practiced saying, but I can't remember right now. But Mike is founder.
Lukenschwick?
No.
Lukenschwick?
No.
I'm going to try it. He can correct me. I'm going to say Lukenschwick. Lukenschwick.
I practice this. And I know, but it is escaping me right now. Mike, don't come to us yet. I need to win a bet. With Colin
Schwick
here. I'm going to get this right because I remember saying this. Mike Lukashevich. Mike Lukashevich.
We'll see who's closer. He'll come in and he'll say who's closer.
I think you probably saw the chat or something. That's why are you feeling confident because you
I
saw
feel good,
dude.
I just feel good. I'm a confident Chad. I feel good about it.
Lukas or Mike Lukashevich. He is coming to us right now. He's got lore, ladies and gentlemen. Time at ESPN. Okay.
Crazy.
Operator inside of Homestead. We already know Homestead got bought. Our good friend Zach Stuck, who has not been on the show.
I know.
Zach, why, Zach? I don't know.
What's going on?
You know, growing Mars men, and Mike was there in the midst of all of that. Now founder and growth marketer at Online Impact. We must bring him in here now. Everybody, welcome to the show, Mike Lukas or Mike Lukas.
Hey guys.
Mike, we appreciate you making the time to join us, brother. First off, you've got to settle this bet between Colin and I. Who is close here?
So it's pronounced Lukasevich.
Oh, sure. I was kind of close.
You were kind of close. Yeah, that's why I go by Lucas, because if you look at the spelling, it's messed up.
Yeah,
That's fair. Lukasevich.
Yeah. If you look at the spelling, it messes you up.
Oh, that does mess me up. That's fair.
This is a great last name though. It's great
100%.
knowledge for me. Lukasevich. Boy, it sounds like you have come from far off in the north and you are ready with your sword to make your way in the world. That's what it sounds like, Mike. And I much respect that. Brother, before we get going, you got to give us a little bit of lore on you. I mean, ESPN, okay.
Whoa.
Homestead, okay.
Whoa.
Now you're doing your thing. Online Impact. Just give us a little lore on Mike, brother.
Yeah, totally. First of all, I want to thank you guys for having me on. What you guys are doing is really cool. It's cool to hear stories. It's cool to learn.
Thank you.
So I want to say thank you. But yeah, so long story short, started at Homestead, was part of their X Games team. So just trying to grow the brand. In that position, I was working with like digital marketing agencies to run ads, to sell tickets, to grow the brand, to increase viewership. Also working with like a lot of affiliate agencies, influencers and stuff to post about X Games and the events. Did that out of college for 2.5, 3 years. I was living in Minneapolis for summer for like 4 or 5 months, then would move to Aspen for like 2 to 3 months. It was exhausting, but it was very fun. As I grew older and wanted to start a family, I needed to settle down somewhere. But also COVID came, so I got laid off. The whole team essentially got laid off. And on the side, the whole time, like when I was seeing these agencies run ads, I'm like, God, this is kind of cool. I started running lead gen ads for my in-laws real estate agents or business. So I was kind of learning that way. And then if you guys know Connor Elaine, head of growth at Hexpad, he's a buddy. grew up down the street. He was running ads, also more so lead gen, but then also joined Homestead. So we're kind of sharing ideas. That's how I joined Homestead. Got laid off, saw what Connor and Zach were doing, joined that force. Was there for 2.5, almost 3 years. And like you said, that was a rocket ship. They grew fast. They had awesome brands joining, and they were like doing really good work. After 2.5 years, I was like, I got to try this thing myself, and just like learn and see where it takes me. And Zach's a really good friend. He's like, yeah, you gotta pull this plug and jump ship and try your own thing. So it's been almost 3 years doing my own thing now, and it's just freelance growth marketing. I primarily focus on paid social, paid search, creative strategy, like funnel creation. But brands of all sizes and scopes vary. So it's been very fun.
It's incredible, man.
Wow. I mean,
yeah,
kind of crazy that you just dropped the fact that Connor was right down the street from you. I mean, how does being friends with one of the best, I would say one of the best media buyers in our industry kind of affect how you are actually, scaling and growing in our industry? Talk to me about what that was like.
Yeah, it's really funny. So before joining this, I'm like trying to think what is cool that I can talk about. And one of my contrarian takes is Appleton, Wisconsin, where I'm from, is DTC's hub in America.
Let's go!
Whoa!
Let's go!
Appleton, Wisconsin, baby.
Yeah. You got Connor Lane, obviously head of growth at HexClad. You have Cameron Bush, who's the head of advertising at HexClad, left to be VP of Ecomm transformation at Meyer, another huge cookware brand or business. You have Kelly Steinmetz, who's a partner at Homestead on the email side. You have Matt Freilich, who was also a Homestead account manager. You have my wife, who's a actual content creator, creative strategist.
Let's go.
You have Zach Stuck, obviously. Like it is.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Grant Whiteman, head of creative at Homestead, head of creative at Hype 10. The hub. It's the hub.
That's wild, man. That's wild. Now, okay. Now, tell me this, Mike. Tell me this. Everybody in Appleton, Wisconsin here, was everybody just like somehow, all these Ecomm, D2C, gremlin were just all already there? Or is this like the Midwestern ethic that's just, hey, we're willing to get in and learn and find our way? I mean, what's the secret sauce?
There must be something in the water, but all these people, we grew up within 5 minutes of each other. So same high schools are just like crosstown rivals. But I would say majority of these people worked at Homestead. So like that's a key moment in their careers, and obviously leveled up there and went on to do their own things. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
That's awesome, man. Tell me this. I would imagine, having been in the game as you have, having worked at ESPN, having been at Homestead, seeing brands scale exceedingly, now with online impact and doing your own thing, I would imagine that you have seen all brands of shapes and sizes.
Yeah.
Is there, Mike, a cookie cutter fit approach that works for everyone? Or, what's your lay of the land? What's your perspective on all this? How do you approach working with everybody?
That's a good question. So I know Mason was on here before, and he has a very similar insights or perspective that I have. There is not a one size fits all approach to this. There are multiple ways brands can scale. There are multiple ad account structures. There are multiple products. There are multiple offers. All that can scale.
That's awesome.
Wow.
Yeah, it's encouraging. It's encouraging because sometimes, there are very hardcore one-liner views.
One way or the highway.
But I think you've had, you've seen all shapes and sizes. Go ahead, Colin.
Well, I was just going to say, you're running paid across multiple channels. You're running paid across Meta, TikTok, Pinterest, all of the above. How do you kind of look through a brand and say, okay, this channel is going to get my first dollar of spend? This is where I'm going to deploy my first dollar for this brand specifically.
Yeah, that's a good question. And I think a lot of brands have that issue, is like, where should we be spending? First of all, very few times I think there's great opportunity for channel diversification. Like people see on Twitter about you need to go spend on this channel or TikTok or Pinterest, and you may find wins there, but I think a lot of your dollars probably should be spent on Meta as a primary channel.
Yeah.
But the things for consideration is like, where do you want to go in the next year? Where are you capping out at in terms of net new reach or like funnel growth or persona growth or opportunity? And then then you can figure out like where you want to diversify. Is it Meta? Do you still have wins there? Maybe it's TikTok, maybe it's TikTok Shop, maybe it's Pinterest. But ultimately, like, if you do make that jump, most brands will say, let's see if it works. And they compare it to Meta or other channels. It might just be another piece of the puzzle. It might not provide the same exact value as Meta. So depends on the brand, depends on where they want to go. A lot of what ifs, which goes back to there's not a one size fits all approach.
Yeah. Totally agree.
What trends are you seeing happen right now inside of accounts, funnels? Man, what's working now or not working that was a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago that we need to start thinking differently about, or founders should at very least?
Yeah, I think so. I'm really into day-to-day of like media buying, creative strategy, like the funnel creation, landing pages. I think it's preached about creative diversity. So obviously you got to try to like hammer home who you're targeting, why you're targeting them. I think the area of opportunity there is just the tracking and reporting. Most brands miss it. Most brands think they're getting diverse or think they're hitting a new audience, but they are not tracking the reasons why people are clicking on the ads. The landing page diversification, I think, is a huge opportunity too. So like if you're hitting certain persona and they're seeing a general landing page or a general PDP, explore different areas that you can expand there. Other than that, I think the reporting side in general is also missed. So beyond just creative, but like understanding what your core KPIs should be, where you should be scaling, when you should be pulling back from a media buyer standpoint, and then also like a head of growth standpoint. There's a lot of like ambiguity in brands that I'm jumping in that needs to be cleared up.
Oh, I think that's got to be like crucial to like keeping a client, a lot of times you've got perspective, internal team has different perspective or no perspective at all. And you end up, being two ships that pass in the night. I mean, how do you have that conversation to get on the same page? What's that look like?
Yeah, it should start from the get-go. And I'm sure you guys agree too. Like day one, what are our guardrails? When can we scale? When can we not scale? What's our media mix? If I'm just doing one channel or if I own them all, like we all got to be aligned on the reporting on a day-to-day basis, where we're trying to go and like what we can sacrifice. So hopefully day one, it gets nitty-gritty on, okay, give me the guardrails. Does this actually back out to being profitable? Or are you just using proxy numbers that think, this looks good? We had a $70 CAC before. I think this works.
So I mean,
a lot of that.
Yeah, you're talking about multiple platforms that you're owning. I mean, which one in 2026 would you say is the most underrated in 2026 for D2C operators? Who is the most underrated and why are they underrated?
I thought Colin was on here. Colin Slattery.
Slattery.
Yeah. Colin Slattery.
Yeah, he's talking about YouTube.
2 days ago. Yeah.
2 days ago. Yep. Talking about YouTube. I think that's a really big opportunity.
Yeah.
So I have to agree with him there. I am not deep in YouTube, but I do really believe in it. From a new visitor percentage standpoint, even from like I'm using Northbeam for most of my brands. So 1 day, 30-day click, like really expanding out an incrementality that YouTube can provide long term. But most people test it out for 30 days and compare it to Meta or something. So I'm agreeing with him there.
I'm bullish. I'm bullish on YouTube, and shout out Northbeam.
Northbeam. Let's go.
I'm bullish, as Colin said, and as you denoted here. There's so much of that activity now with YouTube that's happening on the biggest screen in the house, which I'm a proponent of. If I can go from watching something on 5 inches to 55 inches or 100 inches, I mean, it makes a difference. It makes a difference. I think the majority of YouTube is happening now on the biggest screen in the house. And, that being underpriced as it is, because it's not a click platform, and there's still being opportunity there. I really agree. I think more of us should be allocating creative and add dollars there, and then using the tools that are available, like Northbeam, to measure the genuine lift and how many people is that driving here. What's the customer journey look like? I think this makes all the sense in the world. It's not it's not 2022 anymore. It's not 2019.
Yeah.
Like we can actually look at the customer journey and what's genuinely hitting people and causing them to come to the website.
Yeah, spot on. I agree. 100% agree.
Tell me this, man. If you had to start a brand, I think the wonderful thing about freelancers, agencies, they have such a brands kind of are like wells, and they're like frogs in a well. They only see what they see. But the good thing is when you touch multiple brands, you see multiple industries, multiple verticals, etc. If you had to start a brand today, 2026, macroeconomic factors as they are, what would you do, Mike? What do you think is like, where do you think there's juice and opportunity right now? What would be exciting for you?
I don't know if this is boring, but supplements. And I had this conversation with a couple of buddies. And I feel like you can do two paths. One, hop on a trend that's like quick money, see if you can like scale it quickly and then leave. Or you build a brand. You start slow, you get the ball rolling. It's like a snowball. I think I'd go with supplements. I've seen too many supplement brands that can make it work on a unbelievable CAC and then just keep increasing their LTV. It's got to work. It's got to be a good product. I think I'd go supplement space. I have no idea what the product would be yet. But
I completely agree with this.
Would supplements sell even in Appleton, Wisconsin? I think Wisconsin, I know they like I know Wisconsin people, I think they're the heaviest beer drinkers in all of America. I think that's my understanding. I don't know if I'm right on that, Mike.
Cheese for sure. I think
cheese
Appleton is top 3 drunkest cities in America. That might.
So maybe they need the supplements, Mike.
They need the
I don't know if
subs.
they're taking many, to be honest. I don't know if they're taking many. But it would definitely have to change how we market it in Wisconsin versus how we market it down in Colorado or California.
Maybe something to take care of the liquid carbs that one is taking.
There you go.
I will say, Texas is a good bit of beverage drinking down here as well. We were in the Rose Bowl 2 years in a row about 2 decades ago, and the Texas fans they finished all of the beer on both sides of the stadium by the time the third quarter came around. So I'm just saying, maybe whatever supplement brand you end up starting, Mike, maybe there's some space. Maybe there's some white space out there. Mike, tell me this, man. We appreciate you making the time to join us, brother. Man, before you get out of here, tell people where to find you, where to follow you, where to talk with you. If they want some of all of that juice and brain trust that you have developed over the years, where do they find you and talk with you, man?
Yeah, Twitter's probably the best. Mike Lukasevich. Try spelling that one. Otherwise, a quick shout out to Foxwell Founders. I'm part of that group, and I do free audits for brands as part of the service. So if you join that group, again, I have no affiliation other than trying to help brands out. Free audits. I can take a peek at your ad account and give you some insights and kind of next steps. So that's also another really good option. But yeah, incredible. Twitter for the most part.
Love Foxwell and love that group. Incredible, man. We appreciate you making the time to join us. We look forward to having you back, brother. Thank you, man.
Cool. Thanks, you guys. Keep killing it.
Awesome. I don't. We got to clap Mike out. Is Jack? There we go. A little late. I don't know what happened. I don't know if Jack got mad at Mike. I don't know. Maybe producer Jack, Mike. He may have offended producer Jack somehow. I'm not sure.
There you go.
She's not typing, so she may be really offended. I'm not sure what's going on. She says she apologizes to you, Mike. She does. Wow. She says I'm sorry. She did say that she was mad at you. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah,
I'm kidding. All kidding. What a packed day. Some great
Pack
guests
day.
today.
Yeah, we got to get to our stories.
We haven't even finished stories of the day.
We have not. We got to keep going.
We got to keep rolling. We got to keep rolling. Before we get there, ladies and gentlemen, let us talk about the one and only Postscript. You know, focus is an amazing thing, ladies and gentlemen. When you focus, you get outsized results. And there's a reason why when people make the switch from whatever SMS partner they work with to Postscript, they see on average a plus 22% increase in SMS revenue. I didn't see that. I saw a whole lot more. We went from being like making no money on SMS hardly to being a top 1% account on the entire platform inside of a year. And the way that we did that was I just did what they said. What they are saying now is that there's a ton of money being left on the table when your customers text you back and you leave them on red. Go get the conversation report, directconsumer.co/the conversational report. Postscript's AI shopper can now have one-on-one conversations with your customers at scale, brand voice appropriate, brand knowledge appropriate, and all of those learnings from those conversations are available to you via Ask Shopper. It is the top #1 place where you can get all of that conversational data that is the new gold, the new oil in 2026. Go talk with Postscript. Tell them Colin I sent you. Many thanks for them being part of this show. Now, as we wrap things up here with our stories of the day,
Crazy.
What are the most trusted brands in America in 2026? Wouldn't it be nice to know? Wouldn't you like to know? The good news is Marketing Brew has brought us this article. Dawn is the most trusted brand in America for the second year in a row.
Let's go.
I would never have thought of Dawn as being the most trusted brand in America. Do you have any thoughts on why Dawn is the most trusted brand in America? 2 years in a row.
You remember the BP oil spill? Do you know who was there to save those little ducks and clean them off? It was Dawn. Dawn was there to clean off those ducks when they got covered with oil. So that's why. That's why they're the #1 trusted brand right there.
A report from Morning Consult found that legacy brands like Mr. Pibb, surprise, surprise, and Marlboro gained the most trust this year. Marlboro, man. I mean, hey, don't count him out. Don't count him out.
Go.
We love the Marlboro man. A few points of note here. Why are household staples the most trusted brands in America like Dawn? The two top companies indicate a broader trend in the research, which found that many of the most trusted brands of 2026 are, quote, household staples that are reliable, if not particularly exciting. This could be a direct response to the rise of divisive AI brands. According to Nicholas Laughlin, Morning Consult's VP of Content, lots of people are adopting AI, and there's lots of positive feelings towards it, but there's also a good amount of negative sentiment. Trends are going back to these more back to basics, less technology-driven areas. Okay, now just to give top 10 most trusted brands: Dove, PayPal. We've already mentioned Dawn, the Weather Channel. The Weather Channel. The Weather Channel, man. I think I do. I think it's fair. Heinz Ketchup, UPS. UPS.
I don't know about that one.
The man in the brown suit, UPS.
That's fair. That's fair.
Hershey's and Kleenex. Now, Kleenex, I understand.
Hershey's, I don't get.
Hershey's chocolate. On the rise here, of note here on the rise, in addition to Gemini, a handful of other brands that were not among the overall top 10, nevertheless clocked notable year-over-year increases in net trust, including several nostalgic favorites like Mr. Pibb, Lunchables, Capri Sun, Hot Wheels. It's all retro, man. This is all like 1990s stuff, which is, of note. Laughlin chalked this group, which Morning Consult calls trust risers, up to being the Y2K thing, as references to earlier eras continue to dominate the zeitgeist. Other brands increase their net trust significantly, include Hill's Pet Nutrition, didn't even know they exist, PetSmart, Poppy,
Poppy.
Let's go,
Shout
Poppy. Out. Gap at number 13, had the partnering with Cat's Eye, and Cliff Bar. Interesting. Cliff Bar at number 22. Lastly of note here, also not to be overlooked in the trust risers category, is the cigarette brand Marlboro, baby, which came in at number 6 on that list. Though its net trust sits at negative 8.2, that's up 6.4 percentage points from last year, according to Modern Consult. And then as well, NFL's Net Trust over-indexed among men with a score of 46 points among that demo, Call of Duty as well, Cisco Systems and Dos Equis. Very interesting.
Wow. Chris, do you know any Cat's Eye lyrics? Could you kind of give me some?
Dun 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 dun, gnarly, dun 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 dun, gnarly, dun 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 dun, everything's gnarly. Gang gang.
There you go.
Gang gang. Gang gang.
There you go.
That's what I know. That's
why they're the most trusted brand right there.
And then the Gap commercial where they sang the milkshake song from like the early 2000s.
Exactly.
They danced to the milkshake song.
Yeah.
You know, good on them. Good on them.
Yeah.
And good on Gap for making that happen. Now, let us move forward to the lightning round of our stories here. I don't even know what have I missed anything yet, Producer Jack? I don't think that I have. I think we're on point. Let's just move forward. I did miss something. What did I miss? Tell me what I missed.
No, you didn't. No, you're all good.
No, I'm good. She's saying I'm good. No, I don't get what yes, no means. Okay. You have to tell me what I missed, Producer Jack. As we let's go. Yeah, okay. All right. Lightning round. Create our own Dan McCormick in the e-commerce consumer community. Our own Dan McCormick is going to be a presenting sponsor of Joe Rogan for the next month. Kind of crazy. Talk about a flex. He put this out via X yesterday, I believe. Create is the presenting sponsor of Joe Rogan for the next month. Please, for the love of God, listen and then go buy creatine gummies. Trained by day, Joe Rogan podcast by night, all day. Good on him. Good on him. Incredible, man.
Yeah, perfect product market fit. Also, Joe Rogan talks ad nauseum on the podcast that he naturally takes Create gummies. So he was already a customer at first and then actually became a sponsor at the end. So this was a kind of a really through and through partnership. I believe he actually figured it out via Outer Signal, where he figured out that Joe Rogan was consuming all these Create gummies, and then he said it on the show itself. And so now you see the broaching of all of this together, where now Create is sponsoring the pod. Joe Rogan's kind of audience is a perfect fit for the consumer of Create gummies. And I love this for Dan. It's amazing. It's a huge, amazing bet. And Joe Rogan, super established for a great podcast bet.
Yeah, he's like the number one podcast.
He's the guy.
Forever. He's the guy.
Yeah, he's the guy. Yeah.
He's the guy. And now Create is the sponsor for
Let's go.
The guy for the next month. Next, little knowledge, little wisdom in the apparel category coming to us via RF Kenmore. Bring this tweet for us. Bring it up for us, Producer Jack. Brands, he says this, brands doing things like this, and he references baseball lifestyle, ice cream shorts. Viral. Every 12-year-old loves these things. Actually, my next door neighbor, his 12-year-old wears these shorts. Of course he does. Of course he does. He says brands doing things like this are absolutely revenue mogging. New word. Revenue mogging whatever dumb little fashion brand you're excited about, by the way. And then his second example here, I believe this is Roback. Is it not?
That's a Roback. I can call a Roback from a mile away.
America maxing, design maxing, revenue mogging, and all of the things in there on the design, loud and proud. And he's absolutely correct. He's absolutely correct. Let the apparel product designers listen and take heed. They are revenue mogging. I can speak from experience. I used to operate inside the category of one of those examples just there referenced. Next, EA Sports, baby, launches its first ad platform. I am so excited about this. I'm jazzed about it. Letting brands buy games like TV minus the distracted viewers. I don't know about the distracted viewers piece, but you can now buy ads inside the EA Sports game. So what I'm imagining, okay, I don't know if this is how this plays out. For some reason, this article didn't give us many details, but what I'm imagining how this plays out, I'm playing college football 26 or 27, whichever one is coming out next. And inside DKR Memorial Stadium when you're playing with Arch Manning against Ohio State in week 2 of the season. You can place your ads inside that stadium. That is what I'm imagining. That is what I want. When people are watching the replays, my brand is up on the billboard inside of the stadium, on the thing inside of that experience. That's what I want.
That's exactly what it's going to be. I want to take it a step further. Imagine same game, and you're like, you know what? My player has to get more yoked. What does he need? Create gummies. Let's give him some
gummies, baby.
He needs some create gummies. Let's go. So he starts taking some. Bah, 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 bah. And then he gets yoked. Then he becomes the best player. Then he becomes the Heisman. That's the kind of integration, the ad integration that I want. They did it briefly when you're talking specific games. You know, Madden, they always integrate with like Nike specific tech packs or these types of things. But I think it's more so on what you're talking about, where it's going to be that type of integration. But I want deep integrations. I want super hyper personalized. I think we'll eventually get there. But for now, I'm satisfied with what you're doing.
How about offensive coordinator or head coach who is dominating, building his dynasty inside of college football 27, post-game recovery? What's he using to keep himself looking young and feeling fresh? He's got Wild Roman that he's putting on his face, take care of himself. You know, what's he doing to get himself hyped after the game and celebrate with the boys? You know, he's not going downtown because you know, he's clean and sober. He's got to stay focused during the season. What's he drinking? He's drinking a yapper right over my shoulder there. He's taking a yapper down after the game. Big coach, maybe
throwing in a set.
Throwing in a set, you know, because NCAA doesn't like nicotine on the field. He's throwing in a set, upper decky set during the practice. I think there's so many possibilities here.
He's just calling the game from the sidelines in an Apple Vision Pro, just like like offensive coordinator sponsored by Apple. What? Offensive coordinator just on the sidelines, just like, yeah. No, we should run that again. No, that's great. That's awesome. I love that. Like, can he even see what's going on? No. We're good. Nah, I got it all in here.
We're good.
Yeah.
Maybe a QB's training with the Apple Vision Pro.
Yeah, he's
getting himself better, seeing the field better.
Nice. You know? I like it.
Last of our lightning round here, Knox Metals raises $11 million, I believe, $11 million seed round. This story comes to us by way of Zane Hingsberger, who is slinging metal at Knox Metals. He had this to say: Knox Metals exists so America can build 100x more factories and technologically abundant industrial capacity in the West. Reindustrialize America movement, very big inside of e-commerce. A lot of people calling for, hey, we want to make our products here if we can. That'd be nice. Made in America. Very cool. We are announcing our $11.5 million seed round led by Hyperion with participation from Palmer Luckey, Flex, Y Combinator, Flex, Jared Friedman, Flex, Robo Strategy, Operator Collective, DTX, Alumni Ventures, and others. Over the past few decades, America has neglected domestic production. We lost our dominating ability to build in the world of atoms, while jobs on the factory floor plummeted. It's time to build for America again, as our grandparents once did. I am the grandson of a factory worker and the great-grandson of a factory worker. Since launching production only 7 months ago, we have shipped metal to hundreds of American factories, countless truckloads to America's industrial base, and we are nowhere near slowing down. Our metal has gone to space. It has protected our troops. It is in your car and in the machine that scanned your chest. It is all around us, and we can't stop supplying at warp speeds because America needs it. We will be revitalizing a World War II era 35,000 square foot factory in Detroit this summer. Motown, baby, where we will have our techno-industrialists working hard to further pursue our mission. We will be tripling down on technology, which has allowed us to move this fast for America thus far. More code, more machines, more metal, more production. Kaya Rhodes of Anatar celebrated this as one would think that she would absolutely celebrated this. Your thoughts on this, Colin Doherty?
America 250, baby. We're back. Let's go.
We're back.
We're back.
We are
Let's
back.
go. These
We
types
have-
of stories, they fire up the American dream. You know what I mean? They fire it up. Yeah.
They do. They do. And we are fired up, ladies and gentlemen,
Fired
as
up.
we move forward to our watch and react. Let us talk about the one and only Northbeam. If you are in your ads manager all day long, you know the problem. Every platform takes credit. Every dashboard tells a different story. Meta says this, TikTok says that, Shopify says this much, and you spent that much. Sometimes it's hard to know who is telling the truth amongst all of the measurements taking place. Northbeam solves this. Northbeam solves this with their own proprietary data, starting from the actual purchase and rebuilding the customer journey from real orders, real clicks, real verified ad views. Then they push that measurement back into the ad platforms. So optimization runs on what's actually driving your revenue, not what the platforms assume is driving your revenue. Start measuring what was previously unmeasurable. Go to northbeam.io. Book your demo today. Many thanks for Northbeam being part of this show. Now, a little watch and react. One live at a time. One live at a time. I have been following this guy. He is a live seller who has an actual job and has, I think, a few side hustles, and he is making it happen, living the dream, and doing it all with 3 kids in tow. And he has this to say. We should watch this video, but I read here first. There's so much going on right now. My day job is heavy. My reselling business. I've got 3 little ones who need me. Summer stuff. And what life throws at you, life is loud, but I'm still building. Now I'm adding live selling as another income stream. Slowly, carefully, I'm gearing up for my first live show. Every single item, quality checked, expiration checked, recalls checked. No hype, no shortcuts, just real work. He's not trying to be a guru, but he is a parent trying to escape the 9-to-5. Play this video for us, producer Jack, so that we can see. Look at what this guy has in tow here. Give us a little sound. Look at that. He's stocked. He's locked. He's ready to roll.
Ooh, I'll take a super coffee.
A little kettle and fire bone broth. I mean, this looks like Costco to me. Okay, point here being, some people think, oh, live selling, like reselling, like food, like, is that a thing? Yeah, it's a thing. You can bring us back here, Jack. This is totally a thing. It's totally a thing. And man, this is nitty gritty, down and dirty eComm, baby. And they're going to get on there. He's going to get sweaty and sell it live after his day job. I love this. It looks like a garage full of, it looks like a Costco garage. Actually, what it is dollars.
Yes, it is dollars to be had. Colin Landforce was on the show talking about this. And if you're willing to get on there and get sweaty and start selling, you can make some money.
You know, I saw a friend that we had on here, talking about live selling on Whatnot and TikTok auctions. He did a live the other day with World Cup kits, World Cup jerseys.
Yeah, probably
started them at $1 a piece. And he crushed.
Yeah.
He did say there's a chance I lose money on this thing. But hey, he started out and it rolled, and he made several $1,000s over a 2-hour live stream.
Wow. I mean, it's unbelievable. There's audience there, and if you go for it, there's some dollars to be made.
Opportunity everywhere, ladies and gentlemen. As we move forward, I believe, do we have another watch and react? We do. We have one more watch and react, but as we move forward, let us talk about Proxima. Ladies and gentlemen, your buyer data already knows what ad you need to make next. You just can't read it. That's the problem. Most brands and marketers brief from instinct. Look at what performed, iterate a little bit, hand it off to the creative team. The problem isn't effort. It's that you're not getting signal from your buyer data. Proxima changes this input. It reads your conversions across shoppers from 2,000 plus e-commerce brands, shows you exactly who's buying what else they're responding to, and where your account has gaps. Connect your meta, connect your Shopify. Proxima maps every conversion back to its commerce graph, what they buy across the web, what they respond to, who you're not reaching. Suddenly, all your gaps are visible. And you don't start briefing from a blank page. You get a feed of creative briefs delivered to you. First 3 briefs free every month. Use the data that your competitors don't have. Stop the slop. Go to Proxima.ai. See who bought. See what to make next. Connect your store. Get a feed of creative briefs. Many thanks for Proxima being part of this show. Now, moving forward here, another watch and react. There is a slop bowl, bowl machine. There's a slop bowl machine. We found this via the one and only Mike Manheimer, who was tweeting that he is quite a proponent of slop bowl maxing. He said this is on a whole another level here. This tweet comes to us from Fortune magazine, and it is an infinite bowl making machine. This thing can make about 500 bowls per hour. This is Wonder CEO Mark Lohr talking about the automated systems for salads, poke bowls, Greek bowls, and other meals prepared consistently with no errors. Let's watch, and we will react afterward here, Producer Jack.
Constantly iterating, and then of course the infinite bowl making machine. It can make salads, it can make fast casual Mexican, it can make Greek bowls, poke bowls, any kind of bowl. A third of our sales are in bowl concepts. The most inconsistency that we're seeing is in bowls because humans are making it and they sort of make it with different portion size, or they might miss an ingredient. Beautiful thing about this machine is the bowl actually is on a maglev, and the bowl spins and the ingredients are put very beautifully in the bowl, so it looks presented incredible and there's no errors. The machine can do 500 bowls an hour. Okay. Constantly iterating.
500 bowls in an hour is a lot.
It's crazy.
That's like what? That's like one every, how many seconds is this? I try not to do public math.
Every 3 seconds.
Every 3 seconds?
No, I have no idea. I just threw that out there.
I think it's less than 10 seconds. Because you get 60 seconds, 60 times 60. If you were doing it one every 10 seconds, it'd be 60 times 60, which that ends up being what? What is that? What's 60 times 60? Anyway.
I think you're way off.
I'm way off. I'm telling you, I try not to do public math. What is 60 times 60? 60 times 60 is
3,600.
Yeah, 3,600. Okay, so it's definitely more than 10 seconds. It's definitely more than 10 seconds. But 500 bowls an hour is a lot.
Yeah, it is. I mean, that's a ton. There's a little bit of a sadness to this where I don't want to lose.
It's a little sad. It's a
little sad because you're losing a little bit of like what makes Sweet Green and Chipotle and these types of places human. Yeah. So I guess, are you just going to go in and you're going to press a button and then this thing's just going to conveyor belt over to you? We actually have one in Charlotte downtown, a Sweet Green, where the whole thing is entirely a machine. So they don't make it. I mean, it's very standardized. So you just go up to the register, you place your order. You don't even talk to anybody. You just tap, place your 2 orders. No. You get a number, and then the girl behind the counter just yells your name, and then they're just like, here you go, you're done. That's the whole process.
Not the move.
Yeah.
I love his passion for it. You know, he's like, beautifully made. It spins. You know, it's beautiful. Yeah. But the hope for me when I go and get a slop bowl of whatever sort, Greek, Chipotle, whatever, my hope is that I want the errors. That's what I want. His like, there's no errors, Actually, I want the errors. That's what I want. I want the guy to give me too much beans. I want him to give me too much protein. Like, that's the allure for me. It's like, hey, while I'm kind of talking with this guy, can I, sweet talk him into a little more mashugana there? Yeah. On top of my slop bowl. Like, that's my hope, is for errors. I don't love the total automation of this. Although I get it. I get it for the P&L, sake of the P&L.
Yeah, this is what it's going to all go into, unfortunately, I think. I think these are just going to get standardized and rolled out, and then your standardized slop bowl will be delivered via Walmart drone.
That sounds a little sad. I'm a fan of the current CEO of Chipotle. He said, we never deny. We never deny.
Give me a little more. That's what he said. He was like, It's like, so what if you want some more protein? You just go, can I get a little more? Can I get a little more?
Can I get a little? That's what I want. That's who wins my business. I get the automated, like, it's so beautiful and there's no errors. Yeah, actually, I want can we just get a little more?
Little more on there. Little carne asada. Boop.
Yeah. Just a little bit. Just
give me a 1.5.
there.
Charge me for 1.
That is who wins my business in the bowl, in the bowl 100%. Making.
Yeah.
Things to consider in the consumer community here. Moving forward to best of the rest. Before we get there, ladies and gentlemen, let us talk about the one and only Seguno. Seguno is the only marketing suite that is built entirely inside of Shopify. Your emails, your pop-ups, your banners, your reviews, it's all there where you already work and play every day. And it means you don't have to seed your trust in big emails over attributed data, which we all know is a problem with Seguno. Your Shopify data is your email data. This is why Seguno is email 3.0, and it is why they won the 2024 Shopify Build App of the Year. Part of why. One-click automations, actual humans that can help you, built for lean teams with big aspirations. Go and get the advanced Shopify segmentation playbook at the URL scrolling across the screen. Test drive the platform for free. Tell them Colin I sent you. They will extend that free trial to 30 days. Many thanks for Seguno being part of this show. Best of the rest. This is a great ad, I think, from Open Table. Shared to us via the one and only Carson B. Hoffman. Jack, if you will bring this up. Look at this giant receipt. Okay, I don't know if you can you zoom in on this, Jack? We need a little more detail so that people can see it and read it here. Maybe we cannot.
I love this.
I
absolutely love this. I mean, this is doing something interesting. This is doing something out of the ordinary. It's kind of, cutting through the noise of your classic OOH.
Yeah.
It is what people need to be focusing on when they are focusing on OOH. And you have to think of, how am I going to cut through the noise? How am I going to grab someone's attention? Because I only got a couple seconds. And how am I going to actually make it memorable? And this does all of those things. It's also hilarious.
Great point. Great part about OOH out of home is that it's very shareable online. Anything out of home, especially like this, is attention grabbing. This is an Open Table quote receipt. Says order ticket, table, dad, 1 full course, add first lift home, add chest naps, add endless trips to the park, add flying high on his shoulders, add singing badly, add sofa wrestling, add ask your mom, add don't tell mom, add pushing the swing too hard. All these things, they're attention grabbing. It's really effective.
Yeah.
It makes me think, you know what? We should take dad out. Take dad out for Father's Day.
You should.
Very appropriate. Great ad, and shared by the one and only founder of Madvertising, Carson B. Hoffman. Next, Van Man's Body Wash. Did you know that this exists? It exists. It is here. Still on my tester bottle from 2 months ago. Big 16-ounce, lasts forever. Van Man Tallow and Honey Body Wash. Tallow and honey, baby.
Wow. I need to feel this. I need to understand what this feels like, and I would love to grab some of this. I mean, this is incredible. I love the packaging of this. I love how it feels good. Like this feels wholesome. I mean, obviously we're bullish on all things Van Man, but incredible.
Super it looks incredible. Like it's from 1955.
Yeah. Yeah. And the ingredients are, in that same type of idea where it's not all of these crazy chemicals that are just going to end up hurting my body.
Next on the docket here, the one and only Dave Rikuch is how I've heard that is the proper way to say his last name. I don't know if that is the case. Dave, we would like you to come on the show and correct me if possible. I have also said in the past Dave Rikuch, but anyway, we move forward here. He said it's wild that we go to sleep and just dream completely unsponsored thoughts for 8 hours. And I agree, it is wild. And my assertion here is that the way this gets solved is via Neuralink.
That's fair.
When we have the ability to Inception style place advertising and sponsors quite literally into someone's dreams and thoughts. I think this is the future. Do you agree with me, Colin?
Final form. That's what we have to do. Neuralink it in, and you get to have a really cool dream sponsored by Create Gummies.
Yeah, exactly. In addition to your dynasty on college football 27. Last story of our best of the rest. Long Texas, baby. Global cities are realigning in this new chapter of the world order via the one and only Mo Shake. He says it's not even close for America. Texas cities, baby. Long Texas, baby. Texas cities take top 3. And it is very quickly becoming the center, quite literally, of America. Net change in number of company headquarters due to relocations from 2020 to 2025. Dallas, Texas, biggest gainer. Number 2, Austin, Texas. Number 3, Houston, Texas. Okay. Biggest losers right now, San Francisco, LA, and New York. Quite striking.
Yeah.
Quite striking. And I don't know why. Austin is a home, a hub for the consumer economy, for eCommerce, and for hardware tech. Even I'm not sure why, but it is. Your thoughts on this, Colin Doherty?
Yeah, this is just taxes. This is just a reflection on how friendly company taxes are for those cities. All 3 of those top 3 cities are extremely friendly for businesses as far as taxes. The bottom 3 are extremely unfriendly for cities as far as taxes. If you want businesses to move to your city, you just charge them less taxes or close to none, and then they'll move there. If you charge them more, they're not going to like this.
Actions follow incentives. And,
there you go.
This is playing out in the Texas Triangle right now, which I'm happy to be a beneficiary of. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah.
And I hope you too, Colin, will come back to us one day. Moving forward to our moment of Zen. Before we get there, Intelligems, ladies and gentlemen, what is the next big idea you have that could change your business? Is it a price change, adding subscriptions, maybe a new bundle strategy, or an app? What is it? Discovering and testing those high growth opportunities is exactly why Intelligems exists. AI-powered testing platform, okay, that helps you find the changes worth making that are going to drive meaningful revenue to your bottom line. If you're looking for your next big idea, they have you covered. Go to intelligems.io/audit, okay? Just a few minutes, you're going to have 3 ideas that you can test today. This AI-powered audit, completely free, intelligems.io/audit. Many thanks for Intelligems being part of this show. Moment of Zen here. Space Goods has a new ready-to-drink, I believe. It's new to me, if nothing else. As one would note and know about Space Goods, it is gorgeous. It looks like it came to us from space. These gorgeous gradients. I don't know why they stand out so much, but they do, and they are here. Moment of Zen is taking in this beautiful design that perhaps can also bring us functional health and wealth, maybe in many ways. As we close out here, final words, closing remarks for you, Colin Doherty.
Life is short. Make beautiful products.
Life is short. Make beautiful products. Many thanks to everyone who joined us today. The one and only Rafael Vivas, VP at AppLovin, Mason Littlejohn, founder of We Are the Select, Meta Ads at Scale, Damon Didier, founder and CEO of United Airlines, and Mike Lukas of Online Impact. Many thanks to Northbeam, Intelligence, Seguno, Postscript, Rocked, Aftersell, Axon by AppLovin, Proxima, Universal Ads, and Rich Panel for making this show possible. Thanks for joining us. We have a very interesting show tomorrow. Something exciting coming on the way. Something unique.
Can't talk about it.
Something you don't expect that I can't talk about, and I'm not talking about it. But you'll see tomorrow.
We'll see.
Thanks for joining us. We will see you on the other side.